Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RollCraft. I am Tempo, and I will be your DM this evening as we play some Dungeons and Dragons with some lovable, absolutely lovable members of the StarCraft 2 community. And I'm gonna be dragging them, kicking and screaming, holding on for dear life as they try to navigate through the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. Hope you guys had an awesome week, yeah, or awesome weekend as well. So, how's everybody doing today in this beautiful Monday?
Good.
Good, yes.
Doing great.
Just good. Doing great. Okay, I like to hear great.
Fantastic, actually.
Fantastico. Beautiful. You know, I feel what Olimoley. You just wake up. You know. How you
I
feeling?
literally just woke up.
Yeah, for those that don't know, yeah, Olivia does live in Korea, so she wakes up and immediately gets thrown into these crazy situations with these equally crazy people. So, I mean, I hope you're ready for it. You know, you guys just kind of opened up a door to a room that is a little spooky looking.
Spoopy.
You know? I
Yep,
mean, after...
we finally opened up one of the doors.
It feels good, doesn't it? Yeah. So for those that don't know, we are here in the ruins, or at least the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan. We've already made it through pretty well. Not too bad. No casualties just yet, you know, except for poor Gary, or AKA Takutsi Takado.
He's fine.
He's fine though.
He's
you know,
healing.
He's resting. He does have salt in his wound, so that should heal him up pretty well over the course of time, right? So for those, he's a snail, and Ravi's character, Mr. Raist, was just trying to be helpful, and was putting salt in the wounds that at least the arrows of Alora had penetrated. I think they're still sticking out there. I don't think that Alora ever took her arrows out, so I believe he still has arrows sticking out of his face. Does he? I don't know, Alora, did you ever pick up your arrows?
Kind of forgot about them.
Yeah.
You can have them as a souvenir.
Souvenir,
Is that actually
okay.
how arrows work?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to pick them up.
A certain amount. I think you can retrieve half of the ones that you would shoot, but I don't think we're doing arrow inventory either way, but at least for flavor, we know that at least 4+ arrows might be sticking out of this poor thing.
Ooh, should I go back and pick it up? It might be dipped in his toxin or whatever.
Ooh.
Could be useful.
You know? It might hurt more. I don't know. Pulling the arrow out seems like... What kind of arrowheads are there, right? Like... So yeah, guys, we are going to be jumping into this here, and the 4 characters that we have here, or at least the 4 players here, we got ZombieGrub, we got ZergGirl, we got Olimoley, and feardragon. I'm sure that most of y'all should be pretty familiar with them, but I'll give them a chance to at least give a little tiny intro as to who they are, who they're playing, and what they hope to possibly achieve here in the Hidden Shrine. And I'm gonna start here with my brother, feardragon.
What's up? Yeah, I am playing Raist, the Necromancer, who simply just seeks a way to heal the world. And what better way to heal someone than to bring them back from the dead?
All right, next up we got Zora the Explorer, which is played by Olimoley.
Yeah, Zora is a previous explorer from our past campaign. Who knows what happened to the other people, but she's still alive, and found another group of adventurers to go find gold with, and hopefully they'll let her keep it all.
And hopefully not ditch them, you know, hopefully, perhaps.
Oh,
maybe this is the one. Nobody
knows if she ditched her other group or not. Okay,
True.
Maybe they all died. Maybe she's just the lone survivor. Who knows?
Yeah, they might have ditched you too. You know.
Yeah.
So...
Nobody ever ditches Zora. She is a blessed healer.
Oh, for sure.
Even though she doesn't heal.
And of
More
course,
likely they all died because you.
That could be cause and effect.
Oh, nobody knows they died. Who knows? Okay.
Right? Oh, shit. Okay, it could be a mystery, you know, a little side campaign. But next up, we do have Alora, who's played by ZergGirl. What can you tell us about Alora?
So Alora is a jungle elf, high elf, raised in a temple of the goddess of illusion, and she's 100 years young. the priest who raised her in the temple has died pretty recently, so she's traversed across the bay to find out more about where she's from, where her parents are. She stumbled across this this little group of adventurers, and here we are in this predicament.
Yeah, predicament it is indeed. As we have our last character played by ZombieGrub, Bridgette Oakley, the monk. What do we know about Bridgette? Or what do we not know that you want to tell us?
She's a human monk, and she is trying to find wisdom because her mentor told her that she needed to be more wise before she took over the role of advising a kingdom. But he really just wanted to get rid of her.
Oh, hopefully Zora doesn't want to get rid of her by the end of this campaign. You know, maybe you guys can be buddies.
What?
You know, maybe some beautiful friendships could be formed here.
It's not like Zora's my mentor.
Right?
True, you know, I know.
I don't care about her opinion.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. See, Bridgette is pretty fresh, by the way. Yeah. I like Bridgette's style.
You're not my mom.
You're not my mom. You're not my monk. So yeah, here we are, guys, in the Hidden Shrine. Our adventurers have made it here. Narrowly, just well, they kind of messed the snail up, but there've been some traps. There've been some doors that Bridgette has been expertly opening, except for at least one in particular. And Zora actually opened one in the beginning as well. So it's been a lot of doors, guys. All right. And this door that they've just opened reveals this kind of it's looking kind of like a tomb. All right. So there are pillars around the room, and as they open this door, they see that there is a casket-looking thing in the middle of this room, and then on the other side of this room, there is this axe. That actually is not just your everyday axe. It actually has this kind of a shadow to it. It's like a hand. It's so usually an axe would cast a shadow of an axe. Well, guess what, man? This is a hand. All right, so it looks a little bit creepy, a little bit cryptic, but as far as they know, in this room, there's nothing really going on aside from this axe chilling here, and then of course this kind of sarcophagus in the middle. So as they open this door, they look in, and what do they do?
What are these triangle pillars? Are they like actual stone pillars, or are they just like
Yeah, I believe
decorations?
I mean, just by looking at them, it seems like they are just pillars that are holding up the ceiling. So they're this triangular stone. They're made out of stone, and they go all the way up to the ceiling. So it's not like they're ledges or anything like that. It blocks pretty much the whole, like it just stands all the way up, and these little spaces are places that you can go in between. So the vision, or at least the sight that you're seeing, is probably between these two ones that are in front of you. So you see that side, the narrow side of that sarcophagus here, and notice that it spans almost the full length of, about three. It's a little less than these three pillars, right? So.
Do we notice that the shadow of this axe is a hand?
I mean, I would, after looking at showing the picture of it, it says to show it. I'm assuming that you do. Looking across, I don't know how the vision would work, but it was just like, yeah.
Okay.
Refer to this
It's
handout.
just
So
a
you look
hand.
at it and you see that axe, and it's like, yeah, it's a freaking axe with a hand shadow.
Amazing.
Okay.
And if you
I think I would
need the
see that.
reference, yeah, let me actually. I don't think it's still up. Right?
Once you show
So
it
this-
to us, it's in our handouts. So if we go to our little paper in the tab,
You'd be able to see it. All right, but at least here, I don't know if it popped up for you.
Yeah, it did.
All right, less work for
Okay.
y'all,
If I notice that, I think my first instinct would just be like something is going on here, and I think I would try and detect magic.
All right. So detect magic was though. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Sense the presence of magic within 30 feet. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. And it can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. All right, let me see if let's see.
It's not magical.
here-
It's just a really clever axe placement with.
Yeah, right. All right, so this is. I'm trying to see if there's a specific school of magic, because you, or if it is actually magical at all. Okay, so indeed, yeah, this right here is gonna start glowing. So this axe that is on the other side of the wall is gonna start glowing. It's like a that doesn't say what school it is, just to but it is an ominous, kind of like an ominous shadow that you see there. So I would assume that it's kind of like some dark, almost some dark black magic. I don't know, black magic isn't a thing in D&D, but for flavor text, I think you would notice that it's like some kind of like that shadow that it's casting is not normal, right? And the axe itself is indeed glowing and almost like a swirl of black.
Got it. Okay. I guess specifically, I would be interested in knowing if like it belonged to like one of 2 schools. If it was a school of illusion, or if it was a school of conjuration. Illusion, I think you probably can guess, and then conjuration is like something that
it like was created,
magically conjured or something.
Yeah, created magically.
I don't know if I can decipher.
To actually know, it doesn't seem to emanate like that it's from any specific school.
Okay.
It just definitely shows that in your mind, like when you're looking at it in this glow, you know that it has these magical properties, and it might be some kind of school that is foreign to you that you weren't actually able to pick up. But as somebody who is pretty versed in this kind of thing, it could be something that you would want to research or perhaps find out about. What kind of magic this what kind of magic is this that I wouldn't know about as Raist?
Yeah. Would I be able to make like an arcane roll to try and determine that, or probably beyond me?
Yeah, the detect magic would be able to straight up if it was like some kind of a school that was a regular kind of school of magic.
Got it.
Okay. It would totally detect it. I think the arcana rather, right, would be a lesser version of that. That was just like your knowledge of it, I would assume.
Yeah. Okay, I think I would just say to the group, like, I don't know if any of you see the shadow being cast on that axe, but there's clearly some magic at work in this room.
Say, of course I see it. You have to be blind not to see it.
Clearly.
So yeah, you can kind of check the room out. I mean, the axe itself is like stuck into that wall right now, and it's just it's a pretty big room, and like each of these pillars might have and like the walls. I don't think there's any other like shadows or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like there's no other objects like just sticking out like that. But yeah, the room definitely looks like it's something up about it.
Okay, well, I walk into the room.
Yeah. Zora was gonna be like, well, are you guys gonna go in? So if the person in front of her is going to step inside, she's also going to step inside and obviously do some investigation, look around, see if there's anything else like off.
Okay. Well, all right. As you open the door, or rather, as you walk into the room and you look around, you notice that the chamber right now, it's cut out of rock, and it does have a veil of calcite and stalactites that are covering the walls now, and buttresses rise from the corners, and brown shot through with black and triangular, or the stone pillars that do support it. And if you look on the walls too, this actual what's it called? A sarcophagus here. It looks like a giant table, like this gigantic table, and it has these kind of carvings and glyphs on it. And then engraved on the floor right in front of the entrance where you walked in is a seal that displays more glyphs as well. So that was just from walking in and noticing it. So there are glyphs on the walls. There are glyphs on the actual sarcophagus itself, like right where you're looking at it, and then also on all sides of it too. So these carvings and glyphs are surrounding it.
Does the party know what these transcriptions say? I remember there was like a warning, I think, scrawled.
Yep, right when you
time.
guys did walk in and you looked at the door itself. Yeah, so those glyphs did I believe Alora would know, or Alora and Raist would notice that it says that here lies Tolokis, Papa Locus, the master of the others, who is like the wind in the night. And
Papa Locust.
Papa Locus, yo. Or Papa Roaches? No, but but yes, they're similar to these glyphs that are on the sarcophagus as well.
Okay.
So on the actual sarcophagus itself, since only Raist and Alora would be able to read this and notice that this gigantic table looking sarcophagus at least says that Mr. Papa Laka is lying here.
Well, Alora turns to the party and says, before we try to look at anything or touch anything, maybe we should try to see what the hieroglyphs say, since I can understand. Me and Race can understand some of them, so perhaps I can cast perception for that. I believe there were some that were not discerned.
Okay, yeah. So roll me a perception roll. Or at least, just straight up perception would be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So as you look, as you even look at that floor, as you were walking in, you notice as well that there is a seal, like the glyph in the floor seal is written in Omen. So luckily you do at least understanding this here, and it translates to, defilers, now you shall join me in my eternal resting.
What? It says it on the floor?
Yes, it does. Right near to where that when you open that door, and then remember when the glass bauble was on the other side of it, and Raist had used his mage hand to pick it up and safely put it somewhere. Well,
in my bag.
In your bag. Okay, good. So so at that point where at least it seemed like it would fall, those glyphs are there, and it does say, calling you defilers first of all, right? I don't know if any of y'all play Zerg, but I know ZergGirl does clearly, but I know she's been doing a lot more Terran lately. But it says, join me in my eternal resting. So, and then nothing happened though. Nothing happened. It just says that's what it says.
Yeah, I just read it.
So I
didn't touch anything, do anything.
And you guys tell us that?
Oh.
She's just like wide-eyed, like.
Laura turns to the party. Well, it looks like there's some warning scrawled on the sarcophagus. Whoever's in there says that we will join him. I'm assuming there's a trap in this room, judging by that very weird axe with a hand attached to it. I'd assume if we touch the sarcophagus, something will trigger.
Should we touch it?
Raist just kind of
not volunteer.
looks at Bridgette, kind of says like, Bridgette, do you think that axe is too heavy for you to carry? I feel like it looks pretty heavy. Actually, no, never mind. Sorry, maybe you're not strong enough to carry it.
Bridget just like furrows her brow, like she thinks that you're like maybe making fun of her, and maybe trying to get her to get the axe. But she kind of wants to just prove that she's really strong.
I mean, Bridget, she flexes on him all the time, right?
Not yet, but she probably will flex in the future. She's like,
Raist just looks at Zora
Well,
and is like,
I could lift it, but I don't usually play with axes.
I foresee
She, like,
flexing
oh
in
no,
the
I
future.
understand.
Does this.
It's beyond your specialty, beyond your means. Kind of looks at Zora, is like, Zora, maybe you'd be better suited to getting this axe or picking it out of the wall.
Oh, honey, you don't know me at all. Zora just looks at him like,
Interesting
Raist just
story.
kind of gives Zora the wink, like it's like, come on, like I'm nodding his head over to Bridget.
I mean, she's just gonna lean on this doorway. Obviously, I think the door's open now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just gonna lean on this doorway, like, okay.
Bridget just looks at you both like suspiciously, but is ultimately confused to this interaction.
All right. If nobody is gonna move, I think Raist will just come forward and he'll probably finally just say, "All right," and he'll start looking at the sarcophagus.
Okay.
And he'll touch it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, are you touching it with your pinky, index finger,
Your pinky toe.
pinky toe, mage
I think
hand?
it probably, I assume there's like a layer of dust over it or something, so he kind of just
Yeah, it's
brushes
pretty,
away.
it's pretty
some dust
dusty,
that could
man.
read some inscription.
All right. So, nothing happens, by the way. But when you do dust away some of, all of the collection of dust that has been probably just collecting there for quite some time, yeah, you do notice that there are some more inscriptions here that you. This is the first time you've seen these, or you've noticed them maybe like when you had walked in, just by like that there was something there. But there are more inscriptions here, and they're different from the ones that you've seen before.
Hmm.
Even if you haven't noticed, you notice that they're just all foreign to you, but it's not like any kind of pattern or anything here as far as what you've seen so far on the floor, and then on the other side of it too. So you've seen glyphs on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and this is you now looking at the ones on the top.
Okay.
So, these ones
Just
are a little
confirm.
different.
They're all foreign to me, even though I know Sylvan, Primordial, Elvish, and Common.
Oh, mate, you're raised. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. You do know this. I'm sorry. Raised knows. Okay, so you recognize them a bit, right? I'm sorry. I had forgotten that.
I'm a language savant.
Yeah, you language survivor, man. So yes, they're very similar to the ones that you saw before, but they're different. And you kind of notice that they they do have a little bit of a pattern to them. And as someone who would know a bit of the Omen language as far as your Sylvan is concerned, you do notice that these they're numbers. So the glyphs on the top of this sarcophagus are actually numbers, and it is what you would recognize as 54, 3, and 9 on this one here.
54, 3, and 9.
Yep. So it's like almost like a
It's
date.
a
It's like a
blocker
date format. It's like a
Yeah. Now he uses it for all his passcodes.
Yeah. So, man, if you're trying to get into, check that camera roll, I mean, shoot, now's your chance.
Right. Race is probably
But
like
yes,
muttering.
it's
these
his
numbers
name.
out
Yeah,
loud.
so it's a name. It's basically his name, and then those numbers. 54, 3, and 9 that you do notice here.
Race is
His
probably just
birthday?
muttering these out loud as he's reading it. And just starts thinking like, is that a date? Is that a what could that be?
Is it specifically 5439 or is it 5439?
It's 54. So it's 54 and then like a dash, and then a 3, and then a dash, and then a 9. So
His birthday.
yeah, so it's his name and then those numbers right under it.
Is his year first, Zora?
Yeah, right?
You don't know, you know?
Year,
Who knows
month,
how they did
day.
things back in the Omen times. And then also let me see. I just wanted to make sure that these two things aren't the same. All right. Yeah. Okay. You're good. So I wonder why. So I'm just checking here, right? To see what race would be able to check out here.
Maybe
You see
it's
those glyphs.
The date that he was entombed. Maybe it's a day he's gonna open. What's the current year?
Ooh. I know, right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
The current year is definitely what is the current year? Oh man.
The problem is this civilization is probably so ancient that they might use
The
a different
format.
calendar system.
The Mayans didn't.
Yeah, they knew.
Just saying.
Did they really not?
I don't know. Isn't that why, according to the Mayan calendar, 2012 was supposed to be like a bad year?
I don't think they were like the year 2012. I think it was like they had a date set out in their version of the calendar and it happened to be in 2012. That's what I thought it was.
Well, that was like not as long ago, or it was longer ago than what we're currently in. I would imagine that we're closer to the destruction of the civilization than we are in real life. But I could be wrong. I always imagine the years to be in the hundreds in this campaign. So, I don't know.
You can kind of maybe like a history. Yeah. I'm thinking like to
history?
see some just to like know, you know, if because I'm wondering in my as far as looking at it, like, you know, would you be able to be like, oh yeah, this is a date or not? You know what I mean?
I'll give you a history roll. Hey, like, oh my god, that was a terrible roll.
Well, you realize that it could be a date, you know, but it might not be.
I think it's numbers to a vault, and
So
I
you
start
learned
searching
nothing.
around.
He's like, you know what? It could be, but it just might not too either.
That's some bullshit,
But
because
this-
I have a +8 in history.
So you rolled a 3. Way to be bad.
no.
Should have been a slam dunk.
I start feeling around the walls.
All right. So here, let's see on the walls. What do we got on the walls?
I'm just like touching everything. Here you go. Touch, touch, touch.
All
Not
right,
touch,
so-
touch.
But just on the walls, I mean, it just seemed, yeah, I do believe that just the calcite and stalactites. And when you had looked, so here's the thing, all right, I might have fucked up a little bit, okay? Just as far as what this actual sarcophagus looks like, right? It's the actual stone part of it, and then you can also notice like the top, which would slide off, all right? And then the part that Raist had investigated, or the one that he had looked at the top, is the one that has that those numbers, right? And then when you had first walked in, there were glyphs all around the side of it too, but I never specified, you know, exactly what they looked like.
What do they look
And-
like?
And yeah, so like as far as at the foot of this here that you're looking at, when Alora was looking at it, since she can recognize it as well, she had noticed that it actually correspond like these. There were 11 face glyphs at the foot of it. All right, so there were 11 of them, and they corresponded to the numbers 0 through 10. Since Alora was able to recognize the language. All right, so and then Raist can recognize it too. So when he looked at the top of it, he had actually seen those numbers as well and recognized exactly what those were.
I would try to move it, like not the top off, but like see if like the number portion was like a dial, you know, like a not like a conveyor belt, something that you could like move.
Okay, which one? The one at the side of it or the one on the top?
The side of it.
All right. So you don't recognize that these are numbers, but Bridgette probably goes and just like starts touching things.
Oh, I assumed that Alora would have told us if she actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
All right.
Can we just? I guess we can assume that then.
Yes.
So, as far as like, are you touching them first, or are you just like looking at them?
I'm trying to like. I just like see if
them.
they move. I just like do like kind of this motion up against the stone, like.
And so, no, all right. So I'm going to actually do a roll here to see which one that you actually pressed first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll a 1d10. 10 stands for 0, and then 1 through 9 would stand for 9. Since I don't know if you could just roll a 0.
No, you can't.
Oh no.
So Bridgette, upon dancing around this gigantic sarcophagus, it's just, you know, you punching them, you just pushing them, you kicking them, you pressing them, just pushing them around, right? So she goes and she actually presses the one that Alora and Raist would recognize as 0, and it does depress. So these at least the 0 one that y'all would recognize can actually be depressed.
And I make this face at them and point to it.
So yeah. Yes, so these numbers are actually able to be depressed and pushed back out. Or pulled back out.
I think immediately it'll start clicking and be like, okay, like can you unpress the 0? And then I think I would try and say like, let's try inputting this number sequence. And I'd say like, let's push 5 and 4 at the same time. And then do 3 and 9.
Okay, so I unpress 0, and then I press 5 and 4 at the same time.
Okay.
And then if that's okay, I do 3 and then 9.
So after... Yep, so after you press the 5 and 4, nothing happens. They stay in. You press the 3. And nothing happens. And then you hit the 9. And then you hear this grating sound.
We opened it.
And the top of the sarcophagus, it slides back a little bit.
Zora prepares her warhammer. Y'all raising the dead.
Yeah, just a little bit. It just opened up a little bit, but enough for you. Yeah, it's enough now that it's not completely sealed. And those 2 pieces that you had seen, right? Like the part that, of course, is the big stone, like,
cover.
Center, rather the base, right?
Oh, okay. The base,
and then the cover itself is the one, that just slides over towards the east side. Is it east side?
That's fine.
The east side. Yeah, right. So
east is north.
So
yes.
Toward.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. When the little bit it's opened, I look into it and I go, hello.
So, the block beneath the slab, like when you look into it, it's hollow. But inside is a crumbling skeleton decked out in decayed finery. And it appears to have been a man of taller than average stature, obviously of great importance. Gems and other small adornments of obvious value lie on and around the body. And covering the skull of the skeleton is a mask of jade with cowrie shell eyes and obsidian pupils. About the corpse's neck is a jade pendant carved with the face of a human-like bat. So, shinies and...
A human-like
blinged
bat?
out. You get a human-like bat, indeed.
So
This
like a
blinged out
vampire.
skeleton with a and this is Bridgette looking in here.
So it's like, guys, it's like a Dracula with like his wings out, and then there's like treasure and stuff in here. And it's a
The
skeleton.
moment she says treasure, Zora's over there. She's like, let's look here.
All right. Zora looks and sees the shinies. What does she say? How does she feel? How big do her eyes get?
Super happy. Obviously, like the whole thing is like lined with gems, right? Like you said.
Yeah, like he's blinged out, man. This skeleton is like just completely like jade all over him. He has like, you know, the Mr. T. He looks like Mr. T just died, but instead of just the gold chain, it was just all gold, jade, everything.
Can she put her hand in? Is it a big enough space?
Let me see if it is big enough. It is pretty small. Like it just opened up a bit for you to see in there, but I don't know how big are your hands.
Her hands are probably pretty large.
Pretty big, yeah.
She won't reach into it though. But she if the opening is only this small, she would most likely try to push off the casket cover.
Okay. Roll me a strength check, please. All right. So Zora's like, "Oh, shinies!" and pretty much just with all of her might, just starts. I don't know how do you prepare before you're about to like
Do you warm
just
up?
like when you
Stretch.
see gold, right, and you know your eyes go, you know your pupils are basically just completely dilated, just full, and as you know, you're just gonna go at this thing and just try to push it over with all your might.
Yeah, she's gonna try to push it like obviously make a bigger opening where she can comfortably loot and scoot.
So you realize that as you're pushing it, right? It's not that it's not budging, but it's slightly moving, right? So it feels like you can kind of like, you know, you get a little bit of leverage, but trying to like lift it and push it at the same time, but you're feeling like you can't give it enough to do both. So you're kind of like lifting a little bit, and then when you try to push it, you're giving away. Your strength gives away. Your arms are getting a little bit weary. So as you try to do that, like, you know, you feel like perhaps either if you had maybe more leverage, or even just if you prepared a little bit harder, you know, if your pregame ritual was a bit better.
If she can't do it, I try.
All right. So are you helping her as she does it, or are you gonna try to just be like, I got this?
Honestly, I'd probably just be on my own. I'm trying to one up her.
All right. Well, then roll me a strength check.
How is this? Strength. Oh, okay, I did it. It's the first one.
The first one, okay. So as you do it, right, you're kind of like doing a little bit, you know. So Zora was like able to lift it a bit more, right? Like she has that like the technique to really get it up. That sounded funny, but she she has a technique to lift. You know, she doesn't skip leg day, and Bridgette is just jacked, right?
It's
and
like
she's
this, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
We can't do this.
so.
We're trying to push the thing off.
But it's like the way that it is, it's actually to the point. Like it's I don't say how tall it is actually. Like it's not just on the ground. Like this is a pretty big ass casket.
Yeah, it's tall, right?
Yeah. So you're trying to lift up the actual lid of it, right? Or at least push.
Yeah, push. Yeah.
Right. So it's open a little bit, and then yeah, as you know, I got to say that, you know, Bridgette has better horizontal force, and Zora seems to have a little bit better with the vertical.
So neither one of us open it.
No, not alone.
All right, I look around at all of our weapons and see if something's made out of like metal, so I can put it in there and then shove it.
Can we like get an arm in?
So Bridgette had asked if she could. I am gonna assume that it's not big
Not really.
enough for an arm to get in there, or at least like past, you know,
Plus, we'd kind
down.
of get like stuck, right? We'd like kind of be like reaching in.
Yeah,
and
so like you
cast.
might be able to clear it with like your wrist, but I don't know. I don't think you'd be able to clear it with your wrist. You'd probably get to like your thumb. You know, and then
Okay.
and not be able to, but you can totally see, and you know that it is open a little bit, and that when, you know, Zora tried to push it open, she was, you know, it looked like it was gonna move, but it just, you know, maybe she was a little bit fatigued from, you know, swinging her warhammer at that poor snail, and needed to just like let her arms rest for a bit. And Bridgette, of course, also punched it in the face a couple times as well. So she might still have some slime on her hands and couldn't get like a good grip, or got a pretty decent grip, very decent grip actually, and moved it better than Zora. You know, she definitely won up Zora there, but it just wasn't enough.
There's nothing that can act as like a lever, you know, like an actual like, I don't know what they're
Like an axe maybe.
maybe, but you know, like in the Mummy, they had like the, you know, a I don't know what you would call it, like a
I don't know if you
lever?
guys have like crowbars.
Yeah, like a
or-
crowbar, exactly, where you can kind of hook in.
I don't know.
and
Do any of
push
y'all
and
have?
lift. Is there anything
not
that can
in this
replicate
room.
that?
There's nothing in that room that would represent that, except maybe the axe. Like if you figured out some way to pry it like
That's
that.
a wood
But,
handle,
but
though.
if you have, I was gonna say if you have, I don't know if it comes in a certain adventure pack or explorer pack. What the contents
That's a
of
good
it.
question. What does come in our
Yeah,
adventure packs?
definitely check there, and you know, if you do, because if you do have a crowbar, then you actually are able to roll advantage as well. It helps with the strength roll, but also just you know, if you don't like make it a contest, and maybe a cooperative effort, it might work.
I don't know. That's absurd.
Really quickly,
Yeah.
before we open this and potentially set something off, can I actually just do something really simple? I
Sure.
just want to try doing Pregestation at
What does that one do again?
yeah, don't worry.
Cool.
It's basically like I do a small, simple magical thing. I just want to actually cast some light, like a series of little sparks and stuff over by the axe, and I want to see if the shadow changes at all.
Do we have anyone with a Dungeoneers pack?
No.
Is that the one that has a
It
crowbar?
has
in
a
it?
crowbar,
Very,
yeah.
yeah, very specific. I think only a few.
Oh, yeah, I guess you have a
Jobs
sickle
would
too.
have
That's you do.
I have a
Dungeoneers
javelin.
pack? I thought you could-
kind of like.
I
Isn't
thought
a
you
sickle
could
kind of like a
pick.
crowbar?
I thought you could pick between a Dungeoneer and an Explorer. But
What
the
is
Dungeoneers
it?
pack literally has a crowbar.
Oh, let me see.
What about javelin? If you're trying to look for leverage.
I don't want to use anything that has a wood like handle. They could break.
Something sturdy and firm.
Like a metal
What about my
javelin.
magical sword?
I mean, that would probably work. That's not gonna break,
It's gotta
right?
be. It's magic.
Right?
I mean,
That'd count. Use it.
All
you
right.
try to like.
Oof. Would I be using strength for this?
I was. So what are you trying to do with it? You're just trying to like put it in the slit and then like.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna try to like use
Like
it as
lift it up?
leverage. Yeah.
So you can actually do that. Give me a strength.
I give the sword to Bridgette because she is more powerful than me.
Nice.
So this would just. So in this case, I'm assuming like whoever would do it, it would just pretty much roll, like a strength, and I'll give you an advantage on it, but so it's a 17. But as you're kind of prying it there, you're like, you have it in a good spot right now. So as you're holding it there, you know, if you know, someone might be able to actually push it open while you keep the sword lodged there
Okay.
as you have opened it with this magical sword.
I shout at Zora to move
So it's
it.
pried open right now.
Yeah, if I see that opportunity, then I would help her.
All right, so give me a strength. As you push it.
Me or Bridgette?
That would be you,
Zora.
Zora.
Hold on. My character sheet isn't opening. Hold on.
Oh, all right.
Well, you can
Let's see.
get Raist's thing done.
Oh,
You're
the
muted.
lights.
You're
Okay,
muted
so
here.
they're just. Am I still muted?
No, you're muted. Fear dragon.
Oh, fear dragon is. All right, because you had casted the thing. Yeah, sorry, with the series of lights.
Yeah.
The shadow does not change. No. Sorry.
So even as the light shows up,
like it might.
shadow remains.
The shadow indeed
Or-
does remain.
Okay. Cool.
I have to
Use
refresh
that
though,
information
if you guys
well.
want to do anything else while I'm doing this.
I mean, someone else can just help to push it.
Zora's fumbling. Alora, get in here.
Show me them jungle elf muscles.
All right. Head on over and do I roll a strength?
Yep.
Or am I
Yep.
waiting for something?
No.
Oh,
No, it'd just
gosh.
be a regular strength roll.
My power is in my arrows.
Nice.
Damn. So it is a strength save, but it's still the same as a strength roll. But the funniest part about this is that as Alora even moves up and says the power, my power is usually in my arrows. She actually bumps into Bridgette. The sword comes flying out of the actual casket, and somehow, some way, Alora comes out of nowhere and just like some crazy technique that may have only been taught as a high jungle elf, just pushes the top of the casket open, and it just flies open.
Okay.
We loosened it.
Immediately, because we said that we saw that there was like a skeleton in there, right?
Yes.
I'm going to, as quickly as I can, as soon as I see that this goes open, I'm going to do Gentle Repose, which basically is like a little spell ritual thing. But one of the things about that is that basically for the duration of it, which is 10 days, it won't turn into an undead.
Okay. So you touch a corpse or other remains. For the duration, the target is protected from decay and can't become undead. The spell also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead, since days spent under the influence of the spell don't count against the time limit of spells such as Raise Dead. Alright, so as a corpse
I guess-
here... Yep, so you touch it. For the duration, yes, it's protected from decay. cannot
Excuse me,
become
you have to have a pinch
undead.
of salt and 1 copper piece placed on each of the corpse's eyes, which must remain there for the
I'm looking at it
duration.
like...
Which
as,
I do.
How
Alright.
quickly can you do that, though? All right, as we shove this off.
Well, I know. I'm saying it's the first thing that I do.
Okay, how
was
quickly
gonna
does
say
this
that,
corpse
so it's,
rise,
So
Dungeon Master?
you're
On it.
like all of a sudden you're just
Nope.
there with like some copper pieces and some salt, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I wasn't helping you guys open this. I was waiting.
All right, DM.
Well, if you're gonna do
shit.
that,
Well,
Up to Kwame. Yeah,
So-
I'm also cool with saying like this is not like a 2-second thing. This is like a
10-second thing.
uh-huh.
it says 1 action, so yeah, I'd say 10 seconds is fair.
First, you gotta do the
Like that's
pinch
the
salt
casting
thing,
time for it.
You know, and you gotta place
All right.
the cucumber eyes, except they're copper.
So, well, you as you do it as well, at least as the top of it does open. I do. You notice that at least one of those glyphs that you had pressed to even open it in the first place, like the that number 3, is starting to glow, and I need you to roll. Let's see what's so I just want to make sure quick here. So as it is opened. All right. So yeah, it doesn't say what DC it is. For some reason. Why?
What you doing there, DM?
What's up with that? What's up with
What
that?
you doing? What you doing? What do you need help with?
Lil-
What's happening?
Yeah. So I'm wondering why it doesn't say what kind of save DC it is, right? Whether it's wisdom, whether it's a
The gentle
says-
repose.
not with the gentle repose. This is before
Something
the
else
gentle repose goes off.
that we're
So
not
this is
supposed to know?
yeah, this is as the tomb, or rather as the sarcophagus is actually opening. So
And
I'm
you have a saving
wondering-
throw to roll? That's odd.
yes, indeed. So well, let me make sure that
Does
I
it
don't.
say spell save or?
So it's okay. So I'm gonna ask this as a DM: if there is a glyph of warding,
Oh.
Oh.
what the hell? Like what? Yeah, for some reason I don't know why I wouldn't say that. Or whether
Glyph of warding
whether
is...
yeah, what is let me actually check to see.
When you cast a spell, you inscribe a glyph that harms other creatures.
On a surface or within an object that can be closed to conceal the glyph.
Spell save. It's hold on.
Is
hold
this a
on.
spell save?
Wait.
Yeah. The
The
glyph.
glyph is nearly invisible and requires a successful intelligence or investigation check against your spell save DC to be found. So the person who casts the glyph has their spell save, and
Yep.
the people who would have
So
to
the glyph-
like spot it would be doing an
Intelligence.
intelligence or an
Okay,
investigation.
so it'd have to be during the actual cast because I was wondering because it's the glyph itself, is the inscription, like that glyph that was on the sarcophagus itself. So it had been cast before. It's not being cast right now.
It's not?
No, itself. It just says that one of the actual glyphs are a glyph of warding.
If we had pressed it, but we didn't press it.
All right.
So
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, then.
It sounds like.
Yeah, I
So
don't
a
think.
glyph of warding can be up to like 10 feet, but if
Yeah, so it would have to be. Yeah, it would have to actually be. Okay, you guys should be good. Only because when I rolled the. So you had pressed
Spell
the
save?
0, you had pressed the 5, the 4. It would be, yeah, it would be one of them then.
yeah,
And
when
I
I pressed
apologize
the 3,
for that. Yeah, so
yeah,
it should have went off on
yeah.
the on the pushing of it then.
Yeah,
mm,
I should have gotten shocked. Or
Of
whatever
some
it
sort.
does.
So yeah, all it would do, I apologize for that, would be that you would have to. It's so weird though. It doesn't. So like, I don't want to like break the fourth wall too much, but the way that it describes it is not necessarily at the time of the push, and maybe it was a time when it opened, like it slid open a little bit. So you had pushed the last one, the 9, right? So yeah, you had pushed. So it wouldn't be the 3; it would be the 9. And it just would be a
Okay.
spell save.
So I
Because
did activate it.
I should have. You had active. Yeah. So I don't want to go retro. I don't know if it's good to go retroactive like that, because what would have happened was when it shifted open, this is what would have happened, as opposed to when Kathy, or rather Alora, had pushed it all the way open. It would be when it actually had just slid open that tiniest bit.
So when it slid open, I should have taken.
You would have had to have made a save,
Okay.
a spell save.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that. I don't like retroactively doing it, you know? What is it, retcon?
You can just skip it.
But I think after looking at what the action, it's more for the effect of it is more of a funny thing. It's not something that would affect you in this campaign, funnily enough. But I'll say that I'll put it on me fucking up.
Yeah, just skip it.
That's
Right,
all good.
I'll do that as far as that goes. So it glimmers, and then it goes back to black.
Okay. So no corpse rose up, huh?
Nope. No, it's still not doing anything. You know, you've opened this casket, and you're
So-
looking at the skeleton. You're looking at it right now, right?
So
it's
Raist
just there
just,
in
like,
front of you. If you want to examine
In.
it a little bit more, you can. If you want to do anything, it hasn't done anything when the actual casket had opened up, or the sarcophagus had opened up. So as Alora flings over the top of it, you guys all take a deep breath in, and
Well,
nothing
Raist
happens.
runs over and places copper coins on its eyes.
Yeah, I do. I do my little.
Oh
original
yeah. So Raist had done that, right? So
So we just all look at him and like, what the fuck are you doing?
And I kind of just look at Bridgette and I'm like, it is best to respect the dead when you are about to disturb them.
You threw salt on it.
Salt is known as a healing spice, in fact. As it's a preservative.
You and your salt, especially when you're like healing slugs too. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
This is like this is like Windex from like my Greek wedding.
Look,
You just like fucking pour Windex and everything.
I'm a healer, okay? I know how to heal someone.
Windex
All right.
fixes everything. Salt
If nothing's
heals.
happening, is there like a good 30 seconds where like nothing's like happening to this body, like no
Yeah,
triggers
you're-
are trapped?
Nope, you're just noticing that after you do open it, it's the bling is shining even brighter than it was
Hell
before.
yeah! All right.
That's not a good thing.
I mean, it's just from the light that
Oh,
has
okay.
been shown on
Okay.
it's just reflecting.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, tell me
Um,
what I got. She's
I think-
digging in there.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Zora just starts picking everything up greedily. Okay.
So I'm gonna say, I mean, as you're looking at it, I told you what exactly it was.
I
But you
remember
probably
there's
didn't
a
remember.
bat amulet and there's
Obsidian.
gem.
Yeah, just to remind you, there is. I mean, as you want to, yeah, as you're looking at it more closely, you can totally see that you saw the masks. You know, so there was a mask on him, and the pendant. So the pendant is what you were talking about. That's the bat one. All right. So now, if you want to look into it a little bit more, you might be able to see other things.
So if there's a mask on him, does that mean Raist has to take off the mask to
shit.
put on
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing?
Do you put it on top? I mean, does it have to be? You touch a corpse or other remains? Yeah. So you can either choose
think
to
it'd
put it
probably have to
on
be on.
his on his mask with
I probably
the
have to take the
obsidian.
mask off.
So
Unless there's like little eye slits or something.
where on the mask, there was, I think it was like an obsidian. I'll show it. Let me just make sure, just to give you guys that exact description. All right, so in here. So yeah, so it's a jade mask, and it has cowrie shell eyes and obsidian
Okay.
pupils. So it's like basically, yes, eyes that are made out of cowrie shell and obsidian.
Okay.
So I think you would have to take it off.
Yeah, I would have immediately taken off the mask to do this then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Damn it, Rice.
Let me see here. So I want to have you guys.
He ruined it. He ruined it.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
just
god.
kidding.
I'm about to.
I'm just kidding. So Raist takes off the mask and puts the pennies on the copper coins on it.
Mhm.
And you now have a mask in your hand. And as you look at this face of this skeleton, there are fragments of bone as though the skull had been crushed. And then within the fragments of the jaw is a spherical white onyx. So
I
as
throw
you take
a
off the
ball at
mask,
it.
you notice that it's just like this bone fragments. You know, it's crushed. Like this dude probably just got either a boulder, you know, landed on his head, or perhaps somebody just beat him with a club really bad, and they wanted to put a mask on it in order to hide the fact that it wasn't an ugly, or it was a pretty ugly sight before his face actually withered away and it was just bone. So
I take
now,
the obsidian from his mouth.
yeah.
Oh,
So the
Lord.
mask, yeah, as you examine it, you could probably look at it and say that it had have about a value of 200 gold. So
The mask itself?
the mask itself, yeah. After looking at it,
Well, if it's just the mask itself or the gem, since
so the gem is
the-
yes, the mask. Every part of this mask, with the two, the cowrie eyes and then the obsidian all together, would you'd probably look at it and be like, this could go for a pretty coin, pretty penny even, eh?
All right, so then I'll take the mask.
All right, and then Alora said that she's taking the white onyx that is within the fragments of his jaw.
Alora is not taking anything, but asks Bridgette if she can have her sword back.
Oh,
Didn't it like fly over to the?
yeah, it's on the floor.
I
You
run
knocked it
to
over.
the floor and pick it up. My
Yeah.
sword.
All
Reese
right.
just kind of turns to Zora and is like, as he sees her just like putting the mask in her bag, he's just like, believe this is the findings of the whole party, correct?
Oh, so okay. So you want to do it like that then? Then I'll take the mask and you can take whatever else you want.
Well,
And
it's
also the strands of hair are still on the skull. There's little strands of hair on the skull, but it's
Nasty.
gathered into black obsidian and red pipestone tubes as well. So it's all bling, man. There's just they wanted this guy to just really die with his riches, or I guess he wanted to be buried with his riches for sure.
Listen, Zora's a bitch, but she ain't that much of a bitch, okay? She's not about to rip his weave out. The only reason why she took the mask is because Raist took it off first.
True.
She knows for sure that her god would be pissed if she started looting the head.
Uh-huh.
So she as long as he takes it off, it's fair game.
Okay.
He just snatched it
above?
out of his
Okay.
hand after he took it off.
And the thing that another
you're
thing that
busy
I
with
know.
your salt and your coppers. I mean, you need a free hand.
And just on this face, there's still more actually. But wait, there is more. So like above that mask, on the corpse's forehead itself, is a diadem of dark opals and jade discs as well. And then to each side of the mask are these jade earplugs that are carved into several pieces to resemble budding flowers.
Oh, that's
This
cute.
is just the head. Yeah, this is just the head.
That sounds beautiful.
Yep.
Alora's tempted.
I mean, since you said this is the findings of the whole party, can you pick those up? Raist.
I think Raist would kind of turn to Zora and be like, I feel like we should maybe deal with the other problem in the room before we go about looting the dead and disturbing.
What's the other
slumber."
problem?
Kind of like looks at the axe that apparently was
Why would
glowing.
we even bother with it though? Like, we can obviously see it's a trap.
That's a good point. Bridget just says
Like,
that out
why
loud.
even
She's like,
bother
wow,
with
that's
it?
really smart. It's a very good point.
Yeah.
It's an axe, man.
Yeah, nothing
Raist
happens.
kind of looks
man.
at Zora and says, "Okay, where would you like to head after we leave this room?"
Well, obviously, we'll look for an exit, see if we can find any other stuff.
Yeah, man. As
Because
you're
we
looking at
did-
this body more,
We did drop down here. Like, this isn't like we planned on being here. So we do eventually need to look for an exit, but I mean, no harm in shopping a little.
I guess what I mean to say, sorry, I also my internet cut out for a second. Is there another path that we haven't traveled down so far? Because I do not know of any door or paths that we have not attempted so far.
Isn't there something where Gary was? Or Larry?
Yeah.
There's that
Is there?
staircase.
Yeah.
I'm not
We
sure.
tried
if we-
opening that.
Okay. And
We-
what was the problem with that one?
There was a massive thing of water on the other side of the wall, and it wasn't even something that would open easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, just because like a pathway is blocked doesn't automatically mean we have to touch some cursed axe. Cursed.
he's an axe man.
axe.
Tolocus, Papalocus.
You know? Like, this doesn't mean that it'll like open up any walls or anything for us. Like, we could try some more of these glyphs.
You never know.
She got a
You're
point.
thinking
But
weird.
also, yeah, just to describe the rest of the body too, right? So I was only describing the face there because as you had taken off the mask, that'd be like the first thing that everybody would be looking at and afraid of. But yeah, this guy's, it's not just his face that's blinged out. This guy probably was some kind of important dude, because draped over his rib cage does have it's a breastplate made of loops of tubular jade interspersed with the bone dividers. Protects so it's like almost like studded leather, these bone dividers. And then scattered around his neck and through the rib cage of this corpse are 156 jade beads shaped like spheres, cylinders, trilobe beads, floral buds, open flowers, pumpkins, melons, and a snake's head. And then as you look at his wrists, there are these wide jade bead bracelets as well. And then on the middle finger of each hand are carved jade rings. One in the form of
on the
a
middle
man.
fingers, okay.
You're right on the middle finger, yo. That's why he died, man. He died doing what he loved, yo. But one of the rings is one in the form of a man holding the moon, and then the other is a panther ready to strike.
Ooh, the panther one looks.
And then pressed into the fingers of each hand is a large bead, a jade cube in the right hand, and a spherical agate in the left hand. And at his feet lie two small containers, apparently of glazed clay, one fitted with flower-shaped plugs. This guy really likes flowers, by the way. In both ends, like how humble could he be, right? Like he likes flowers like a lot. The flower-shaped plugs in both ends, and it contains let's see, the whole. But the other holding is a 1-inch diameter piece of mother of pearl, and then on his hip, 6-inch long statue of a faceless man with large pointed ears. Plugged at the bottom, there's actually a bottle as well.
Bottle.
Yes. So if you notice this,
a bottle that we can see.
Yeah, if you note, you would notice this bottle. As adventurers, you would identify it as an elixir of health.
Okay.
I think we should go back to where the murals were and investigate those now that we know about the rooms.
Sounds
Hello?
good. I'll
Yeah.
come along with you.
Fair enough. I still have an interest in this axe. It's a magic that I do not know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you stay here with the axe.
just
Whatever
calling you,
comes
man.
out, you pick up the axe. You just do that. We're gonna go and check those murals again. Okay?
Okay, well, if they're gonna go check it. That means the loot's up for grabs.
Yes,
if they're not
it's
picking it up,
I'm a monk.
Zora's gonna pick up as much as she can. Obviously, not the statue.
Okay. So you can, I was gonna say, you can tell me like what interests you the most. So right, you had the mask. I think you took the mask from Raist. Already. The white onyx is still there. Looks pretty shiny. And the black obsidian and red pipestone tubes. So like a bunch of just a lot of gems.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna pick up any gems that she can.
And then there was the what was it? The bracers, the necklace that he had around his neck, and then the breastplate that also he is wearing.
Is the breastplate is it possible to wear myself? Like, is it?
It would. I don't know what kind of. It would be able to be worn if you. I'm gonna say have a proficiency, or not even proficiency, but if you can wear. But do you need proficiency to wear like whatever armor, right? So like medium.
Yeah.
It'd be medium armor, I would say.
Yeah, I can wear that.
So it's just a blinged out like studded leather.
Don't you wear heavy armor?
Yeah,
I think this
but
is a
like
downgrade for you.
I'm trying to figure out like how much I can take without like overbearing myself.
Okay, you've probably already overbearing yourself.
Also,
I know how much you take.
if you take off your current gear, I imagine you still want to keep it, so you'd still be carrying it.
Yeah, so I mean, like if
I don't know if are we doing encumbrance or Thinking
No,
not,
we didn't.
but
But,
it's trying to just
basically, yeah,
be
when it
kind
gets
of
when it gets absurd,
like,
okay,
too
like, just
ridiculous.
take
Yeah, it's not
the
like
entire
Final
body
Fantasy.
with
A little
her.
more
like I'm gonna take this my magic bag of bottomless.
Yeah, so basically anything except like the armors. I mean,
Alright.
obviously
so like the
can't take the
gems and
breastplate,
whatnot.
but the rings on his fingers, the
Uh-huh.
gems around him, and obviously the potion of health would be fine.
Okay. So as you just completely strip this poor skeleton of all of the riches that he wanted to die with and never be left alone again. Yeah, you see yourself a almost naked skeleton here. Just only has bracers on him. The breastplate at least is still on him, and he also does have a necklace.
I think
as well.
I would take
So-
the necklace and the bracers probably, because those
Alright.
also have gems in them, right?
Yeah, so the necklace itself.
He gets it. See, he gets it.
All right. So yeah,
Well,
so
they're
here.
very useful for spells.
So yeah, so Zora took
Sure.
the Zora ended up
Spells.
taking. She ended up taking the gems around the neck and through the ribcage. So though I'm gonna actually write all these out too because they're all worth pretty much a lot. 200 gold for the beads. It's a lot of gold, right? And I'll do all the math for it later. And then the
Money.
hands. So as far as the rings, I'm hoping that you'd be able to recognize. I forget if we were playing like if you have to, because you said that you couldn't identify it, right? Like, so I figured just to at least know what the actual things are, so you can use them, would make more sense in the campaign than to just be like, sorry, you can't identify it, or.
Yeah, I think I'm more just interested in like rubies, emeralds, jade, like
So
Just
yeah,
taking
like
whatever.
I'm just gonna show it. Like these. Let's see. As far as not visible. Let me make sure. Yeah, as you actually check it, you got yourself those bracers.
Oh, cool.
And the one of the rings are a ring of resistance, and I believe it's fire. So this one is fire.
Wait, I didn't know they were
hot
magical.
damn.
What's attunement?
So as far as attune, I think it means that only you'd have to. Does it mean like only you could wear? Like you'd have to take a. There's a certain amount of time that it takes to attune, I believe, right? Let me actually read. No. The attunement is what is the actual ring. So the ring is attuned to fire, which means that it's a fire
okay.
resistance ring. Sorry. So this one is said that it's a fire resistance ring. So it's attuned to fire. And then the other one is.
It says require to form a bond with them before their magical properties can be used. This bond is called attunement.
Okay. Let me see. Because I know the process of attunement as far as other items is something that takes a certain amount of time. I don't know if it's a concentration.
Oh, you're supposed to roll it.
Oh, usually. This is just Ring of Resistance in general. It doesn't show fire or any of them. This one, as the item in the actual campaign, is a fire resistance ring for this one. It doesn't show Ring of Fire Resistance. So Ring of Resistance could be of any of these damage types, but this specific one is one of fire.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
In that
but
case,
if it does say it requires attunement, I would definitely have to read into that to see if it would work then, right?
I'd like to claim the diadem, the crown.
And then show the players. I don't know if I saw that. So the other ring is a ring of animal influence.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Well.
Okay.
actually.
So. And on his head. Yeah, there's a lot here, guys. Like this is like a full essay of all the stuff that this dude died with.
I thought it was just jewelry. I didn't know that
Yep,
they
some
had
of
buffs.
a lot of this stuff. But
the
there is a
ring
lot
is
of stuff that is just worth gold
recharges.
too. And I'll do that one as far as, so I'm assuming Zora's taking all of the shinies, and then
Wait, I said
And
I was
then-
claiming the necklace and,
and then the necklace,
bracelets
right?
and the rings, right?
This
Yeah,
is
I
so
want the
lame.
crown
Oh my
and the
God.
ring, please.
We didn't do anything, and we're already like 30 minutes of dividing treasure, and we didn't even take a boss down.
So, but I'm saying, as you do it, all right. I'm just basically going through. I'm basically going through what the items are as you're taking them off, and as it says what they actually are.
Just list
But-
all of them at this point. Just be
Yeah,
like,
right?
there's this, and
Yeah,
then
that's what I was doing as far as that. So,
There's gold
So as-
available.
yep. But as soon as I was gonna say, as soon as so this is where I'm wondering how this works. So as soon as the pendant has been taken, though, right? I was basically waiting for someone to take the pendant.
Yeah,
So it's important. For this one, it's important. Yeah, for which is actually being taken. And as soon as Raist does take the pendant off, this is where I would have you roll initiative. And now I'm looking at.
Okay, but that's wait.
But wait, but
so long
because-
ago.
I know,
Me-
but that's what I mean. Like it's part of, like, I don't know. Like, it's when I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is really like one of those things that they're gonna make you go through all of this and like the order and
so
what is
all right. So what happened was Zora was starting to take stuff off.
Yep.
Then Raist was just
So-
like, this
so
is gonna be
Raist took-
divvied up, right? And then Alora and I said, we're gonna go check out the murals.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gone.
And then you guys kept just like pilfering the stuff, and even Alora came back to get the diadem. So where the fuck are we?
You gotta like where that would be as far, if Alora came back to get it. I mean, then these three would be in this room, I assume, as this is
So
happening.
she just
So
was
where
like,
would you
something
go?
calls to me.
Some of this
I'm
calls-
sorry.
I'm gonna
I
go
hear
left.
them yelling about the magical properties in the loot. I run back quickly.
I mean,
Did anyone say animal
like how
handling?
far? Yeah, right. Like how far would you make? Like, did you guys split the party? Is what I'm saying too. Like, you guys really would. You guys
I feel like we did
Like
split the
saying-
party.
I think the party did.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
So
at the
that-
mural. I heard none of this.
I mean, you could
Oh,
have
boy.
gone back. I wouldn't have gone back. So,
So where would-
I'm definitely
in
not
this time
there.
period. So how long? Yeah, I'm thinking about how long it would be taking them to actually, and how far y'all would be, because you know you can't do it in like real time. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things where it's like,
Yeah. My
right?
character's
So
still
that's
in
like a
the
hard
room.
one. That would be like a hard one too. Like to say like where exactly as far as, like travel time, and then being like, hey, we're taking this stuff off of it.
Okay, so I
You know what I mean? Because it's just like
I'd-
boom, boom, like
Mhm.
taking it. Like it's not. I don't know if you're doing it like super carefully.
I'd like to take my 2 things and then leave for the mural room. Are we okay with that, party?
What did you take?
I'd like to take the animal handling and the diadem, but I,
mean,
guess you
so
said
I was gonna say,
that
yeah,
triggered, right?
Yeah, this would be around the same time. This would definitely
God.
be
Oh, I
around
see,
the
I
same
see.
time. So,
Yeah, my character's still in the room.
alright. And then, cause yeah, I mean, I guess that's a thing to like note too, right? As far as like how, like realistic, like where would you be, and like how far would you make it before they were removing, the pendant? Because the only thing that remains on it is the breastplate and.
I left a pretty long time ago, back when it was
You did,
only
yeah.
Zora,
Yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
taking
But
stuff.
so this is that. So, like,
So-
yeah, because Raist had taken off the mask and put the pennies on it, and then y'all were debating on whether to take anything else, and then that's when you had left, right? I assume.
Yeah,
Zora
he had
was like,
taken the
"Ooh, shinies,
mask.
there's some-"
She was going after the shinies. That's when I left.
So as soon as Zora started saying, "Ooh, I want the shinies too," so I mean,
I feel like we just, to speed things up, maybe
Yeah.
just DM's discretion on where you want to put Bridgette,
Bridgette?
and potentially Alora.
yeah, I think depending on your character, as far as like how I don't think it would be that quick, or that like slow to take these things off unless you were like really, like, meticulously like, okay, take one off. Did anything happen? Maybe that. I think in
Oh, no,
general, I would say
hell
that they were
no.
both. If you want it, all right. Well, I'll say that you guys are both gone, because there was a lot of gems to pick up, and you'd have to pick them up one at a time.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, honestly, Kwame, it's DM's discretion. I don't
Yep.
think any of us will be like, you're
That's what I
wrong.
mean. Yeah. Yeah. All right then.
You
Yeah.
choose where you.
Yeah,
where
right.
You think you are.
So Laura had left. She had gone
All
with
right.
Bridget. So Laura and Bridget are together,
Mhm.
looking around in.
Oh boy.
Oops, I just moved that. So they're looking around. Yep. Looking around. Let me see if it moves.
By the
right.
way, can we get if we're here, can we get a description of anything that has to do with that room?
So as you guys go there and you're trying to compare, right? Like you know what the
Yeah.
glyphs look like and you know what these statues and
Wait.
whatnot look like. There is no relation to these glyphs.
Okay.
The glyphs were mainly the numbers, and these are more depicting different lifestyles and almost like telling stories with these figurines.
I would love if it was like they roll initiative too, and on their turns, instead of doing combat, it's like, okay, tell me what you spend your 5 seconds looking at.
I know. I don't want to make it too like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know,
But
I'm kidding.
another
Please don't.
thing here, right? Because these are things. Okay, can't become undead, so it's already. It's also spent on reasons. This is where it gets a little confusing for me. Because I say roll initiative because what's happening, I'll actually just describe it here, and then I'm gonna compare it to this gentle repose because technically he is already undead, right? So
No, it was already undead,
indeed,
is what you're saying.
yes. So
So,
as
so
like
when
I'm
did it
saying,
become undead?
see that like as
Was
I'll
it
show you.
was it
Like,
just chilling there, and then like
he's
Race
just-
put like
he-
copper stuff on
he's
it?
He's like, what the
He
fuck
just
is he
is-
doing to me?
He's just like, what are you guys doing? You know?
It just wasn't reacting as we were looting everything else. Amazing.
He was like,
biding
I'm
his
gonna let them
time.
have their fun. I'm gonna let them have their fun first. Then I'll
But-
take everything
but
back.
because-
Everything.
Because he is sleeping. All right.
Oh.
So as yes, so as the pendant has been removed, he opens his eyes and he begins to awaken.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Alright.
So if that happens, Zora's gonna be like, fuck, holy shit.
Dust is stirred up into the clouds and begins to gather on the bones as they knit back together. His wasted form sits up and gazes about. And now
Oh
you're
shit,
rolling- now you're rolling
Zora's
initiative.
bolting. She's like, fuck, holy shit, let's go. Oh,
Oh,
God.
sorry. I didn't mean to press that.
So let me
She's closing up her pack.
So I'm gonna move this guy back. I move him from the other layer.
The important thing is,
Oh.
already got the rings and
All
all
right.
that shit.
Hey,
Yes,
buddy.
but you notice that this is happening now. So this, he actually isn't like fully, you know, the bones and stuff aren't all on him yet, right? Like he's, you see the dust kind of swirling around him as this is happening, and he sits up very slowly, and he's still looking like he's pretty dismembered in a way, but it is starting to at least reattach to him as Raist and
his
Zora roll
body
me
is-
initiative.
His body is mending.
It is indeed.
Oh, it's like the mummy. He like
So here.
feeds off the people.
I'm gonna roll.
Bad, not bad.
So I actually got to do the thing, don't I?
Ooh.
How
Oh,
does
Jesus.
he do the... Yeah, I was wondering. Where is that little button? There's a little button to actually show
It's the clock on the,
the clock.
side.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Oh, fuck, it rolled a 20?
Oh, that's the old.
No, oh, okay.
Is that the old Bridget?
Yeah, this is all old except for Zora.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's reset it.
And
yeah, we got 10 seconds
mine.
there. So if I want to reset it, just remove. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna roll his.
Oh boy.
Papa Locust.
All right, Papa Locust. Gonna roll a 20 for you. Real quick.
Oh, you get rid of Zora's turn.
Oh, what was it? Sorry. Okay, so
21.
those ones are the
And-
real ones. The 14 and the 21. So Zora is. Oh no, just the 21. So Zora is 21 here. How do I manually?
14 also, but
14 is
okay.
the initiative for who?
Me.
Okay, I didn't know. Right.
Raist.
Raist. 14. So can you manually put in
You can, yeah.
that? So okay, what would be the way to do that? Just to add custom item, or I would rather have it be his with this token,
I don't
If it's
remember. I
easy-
know there
remember
is a
it's
way to
probably,
do
yeah.
it.
right? Can
If
I
it's
edit?
easier,
Can I edit? I can edit if it's.
yeah.
So how about you guys just roll initiative again, and then I'll edit
Yeah,
it
and
with
I'll
the
edit
numbers
it.
that are here.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, that
roll
makes
it
sense.
here. So grab your token and roll it.
But you're gonna edit that, so you know.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and then descending. All right.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Oh,
Zora,
we
you're
both added-
witnessing this this skeleton basically having this dust flying around him as he begins to rematerialize. What do you do?
How I can run like so? Shit, fuck.
That was the plan. That
I
was
can
the
run like
Exact
30,
order of
30
things that she
feet,
said.
right?
The doors are open, and you do know, right, that your homies, where they at
Yeah,
least
so I
started
can
to go
definitely
to?
run 30, right? Like, I'm not engaged with him
No,
yet, so...
you're not in range as far as like him being able to get an attack of opportunity.
Hell yeah,
He's inside of the. He's still inside of the thing, and like he's just starting to sit up basically, and you notice him starting to rematerialize right now.
Okay, well, we're gonna close this door. Oh, shit.
Are you gonna close it on Raist?
Oh,
Don't you dare close that door.
well, like, it's I can't remember much about the door, but is it like a two... Did we open both doors?
Yeah, both.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop over here, so I'm not gonna go the full 30. Let's thank you, okay? So you should thank me for that. And I'm gonna tell you, get the hell out of there!
You can go the full 30. That's fine.
Well, like, cause I want to close the door. I'm like, shut the fucking doors!
There's a door
It's
behind you
happening!
too.
All right.
All right.
And is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. So, as this skeleton starts to rise from this sarcophagus, you notice him actually. I want to make sure because I remember this here. Okay. There's one thing that I scrolled past by accident, and I had it open earlier. Go. All right, so yeah, sorry about that. So here we go. He actually is just chilling there as his flesh is knitting right back together, and it swells out with the apparent vigor of the living. So you notice that his body is starting to just put itself back together, slowly and surely. And he looks a little bit stronger than before, than when he just was frail as a skeleton. And he ends his turn.
Man, that sounds so interesting. I feel like I kind of want to learn about this. But...
But you notice that he is looking a bit stronger than he was before. Before he was super frail. You took all of his bling, but now he's starting to get a bit beefy.
Okay.
And yeah, a little bit more. Yep, skin is starting to form on him.
Okay.
All right. So as he does that, Raist is witnessing this, and Zora probably sees it a little bit as well, but might just be seeing the swirls. It is Raist's turn.
Okay. Race will kind of have this moment of hesitation where he looks and he's enamored by this. And he's just like, closes his eyes. He's like, okay. And then he casts Misty Step, which I think is already above, but I'll just do it again. Why not? So he teleports 30 feet. Is going to teleport to here. And who will then turn to Zora.
Okay.
And as he walks out this door and say, let's close this door. It'll be easier as a single door thing. So he walks out here and does a ready action of as soon as Zora's through, door's getting closed.
Okay.
All right. So now it is. So you ready in action to close that door as soon as Zora gets through it? Is this door closed already? This one?
That well, I mean,
the one in front of Zora. Rather,
that was my goal to close those doors. So maybe one of them is almost getting closed, but it's still one of them is still open for sure.
All right, so yeah, you would. I mean, what is it that you would like to do then? Yeah, it's your turn.
No, I'm a haul ass shit. If he's gonna close the door behind me, she's running. She's out of there.
All right, and so Zora goes through the door. She sprints out. She's just like, I ain't dealing with none of that.
No.
As the swirl is, the swirl is just basically swirling through this whole room, and just pieces of his body, you're continuing to at least get put back onto him as you shut the door. And now you have no idea what he's doing because the actual door is closed.
Yeah.
Right? So,
okay, very important.
But the vision, I want to do the vision in for it, right?
Before we got through, did it seem like his eyes had come together already?
Because I had said that his. You know what? Oh, so that if he could see you or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I said that he had opened his eyes, and that is not true.
Okay.
Because the body's materializing rather than him just waking up. So the skeleton itself woke up. The skin around his body had started to put itself back together, and he was still sitting. You know, he was still just sitting there, and I would assume that the eyes have not.
Okay.
Cool. Got back yet. It's more like the skin and his probably his
tendons,
chest and his arms and.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
That's crazy.
I was thinking that since I did an instant teleport out, would have seen whether or not his eyes would have noticed me right before. Should have gone out of vision. So okay. Good to know.
All right. So it is his turn. I mean, I think I should. How do I reveal or hide? It's another one. Hide reveal. I literally had it okay, here.
If you want to have extra fun, you could now hide everything behind the door into the fog, so we have no idea what's happening.
That's basically what I was thinking here.
Yeah, that's what.
Which is
doing.
weird, but if this would happen, and the door is closed, I think you're still in combat, right? So would all this stuff take place because in the time period that this is happening, what is Bridgette and
we're just looking at museums, man.
Just chilling,
chilling.
They're on a museum trip and we're running for our lives. They're this is a fun field trip, and we're oh god, we done something terrible.
Oh man, yeah. All right. Well, you just you might hear the faint rumblings of.
They might hear me screaming.
Yeah, that too.
Oh boy.
But I'm talking about y'all in the hallway too. So you might just hear. Yeah, it's gonna be his turn, and
I mean,
Yeah,
we
you
about
see
to
nothing.
hit up Larry.
You absolutely see nothing, yeah. And then
Does he look at Larry's rock?
ah, snap. All right.
I do have a plan for this a little
Okay,
bit.
so
Okay.
indeed. So it is his turn, and he does a thing, and then it is Ray's turn again.
All right. Race is going to, let's see. He's going to be running down through here and kind of run same thing, like hugging the walls over here. All right. And as he gets in over here, he's going to turn to Larry and say, Larry, we just met a man that says he's looking for a staff and a stone. He's still got his eyes averted and everything, so he's not looking at the stone. And he says,
I moved it, didn't I? I just clicked my mouse. Why does that
Okay.
keep happening?
Oh, yeah.
Larry?
There you go. Yeah. So he like warns Larry that this guy is coming for the staff and the stone. And he says like, Larry, watch out.
Yeah.
And I'm Race is still like making sure he's
Persuasion?
not looking.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He's like turned away basically, and is like talking to Larry like this.
Yep. So yeah, you would roll a persuasion check here, as far as bothering him from his sacred duty as well.
Let's go. All right.
Now or never, son. Show me the money. Or don't.
Persuasion.
All
Oh.
right, all right.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Larry looks at you and says, "What? Who? Man? You're a man."
I'll make a specific mention that it's the human that was not one of us, like of the party, so that as Zora goes through.
Pretty solid roll, yo. Pretty solid roll. Alrighty then. So Larry says, "What? No, I will guard this rock. It is my sacred duty, and I'm glad you didn't look at it. But no, nobody will get by me. This is mine. This is my sacred duty."
I think last thing is then I don't know, since we're still in combat, I can hold it to another turn. There's like one more thing I wanted to say, but it's up to you.
Sure.
I can say it.
Let me see. Well, I'm wondering if we're in combat. The action.
It's supposed to be like 5 to 7 seconds for each person's
Each
turn.
round of it. Yeah. So you're like, rock.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it's by action, right? So if the action would be like the persuasion, right? Where it's like, I would like to use an action to persuade him that there's a human coming for his rock, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to say something.
No, that's fine. I can wait till next turn. Yeah.
Because I didn't know, was it to Larry himself, like to say, like convince him of something, or?
No, I was just gonna ask Larry if you wanted help against this human.
Oh, I mean,
if you wanted
no,
assistance.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that would be part of it. Then, yeah, sure. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And in this case, with the 19, if I would say, yeah, for this, this role as part of him being completely convinced that somebody is specifically coming for his rock right now. It is his sacred duty, but he says, do as you will.
Okay.
But yes, I appreciate, but this is mine.
Okay.
I'll handle it.
Okay, well, if Zora's gonna, I mean, if that's happening, Zora's just gonna walk past. She's not caring about this this plan. She's just gonna head past.
All right, that means I gotta get Larry's. All right, so you're. Oh, by the way, you know, if you don't do an action, you can also sprint, but which would be what, your double movement.
Double your movement speed.
Double your movement speed.
Oh, okay, so I can go 60.
You could be able to go 60 here, yeah. But if you wanted to do any action in this room, you wouldn't have known what Raist just talked to
because it's in different
Larry
language.
about.
Yeah. Well, she does not care. She's all about herself. She does not care about this.
Yo, this is amazing.
Okay, I'm guessing she's like over there then.
All right. So Zora sprints over. Oh, sorry, I didn't change the turn. So Zora, and now it is Talokis Papalokis' turn. This is interesting. This is the beauty of D&D, man. This is
You're
the
gonna
beauty
bring
of
him
D&D.
to us, aren't you?
Because now I'm like, yeah, but because he has a lot of like situational things too, like for this.
We're about to make two bosses fight each other. This is great.
And I'm trying to find how this would work, because it's gonna this is genius, man. This is pretty freaking genius, yeah. And I know, what did you say, Olivia, that you did have a hard cut off at 11, or my 11?
Oh,
which is
me? No, that was last week.
Oh, okay, good. I was
Yeah.
just making sure. Yes, okay. So then, yes, we're gonna see this. All right. Because there's one thing that I do want to read as far as the situation when people leave his tomb. And I don't know how I keep losing this stuff. There's so much, there's a lot. But like what his turn would be, because he didn't see Raist.
So real
You
quick,
have
Bridgette
but
and
you have
Alora
something
don't
that
get
belongs to
turns
you.
because we're far away.
Yeah,
what
you
was
guys
it?
aren't engaged.
What was it?
She was
wondering
asking, yeah.
If what?
if Bridgette and Alora get turns, but we're too far away.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I
Combat.
missed exactly what it was.
Okay.
All right.
Wondering.
Okay. So this is insane. Okay, so it's his turn, and yeah, because I gotta, because there's actually a lot of flavor text to this too, that even for situations like this, surprisingly enough, all right, I just wasn't, of course, as a DM, when are you ever prepared, of course, right? But I want to know what the most likely thing he would do here. He has just a regular movement. The door is closed, so okay. I'm just wondering little things here. All right. You don't know what he did, but he might have or might not have done a thing on this turn. And then also, I was wondering when why do I keep doing that? When, say you guys were to reconvene and meet up, and if he were to meet up, say he did chase you down, would there be another initiative roll too? Immediately? Or
Yeah,
would it
probably.
be a surprise too, because he wouldn't know either. All right. And I'm taking it for note in my head. Because maybe he just goes back into the sarcophagus and goes back to sleep. You never know.
If he meets up with us again and we're not aware of it, he would get an attack of opportunity first.
But I'm thinking that you guys also, yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. All right, whatever. I think I know. Either way, it is now Raist's turn. Go.
Okay, I think Raist will just take a few more steps over in this direction. Let's see. Let me measure something out. Yeah. Maybe right here. And he would just be turned away from the rock, but in the direction of that door. And he would just be kind of like a ready reaction that if he sees specifically that dude coming through, he's going to be ready to cast a spell.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he's probably just gonna chill there for a bit, ready to do something, react there.
Alrighty then.
Well,
then...
Zora doesn't even care that
Yep,
she
it'll
left
be-
him behind. If she doesn't even, if he's
Yeah.
not following her, then it's not her problem.
He's
Okay.
backing
So
up his homeboy Larry, okay?
Yep. All right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
So
it would be Zora's turn.
yeah, she's gonna run through this hall and she's gonna be like, let's see, how far is that? Is this door open?
Depends if Bridgette and Alora left it open.
I don't think we would have closed it.
Okay, well, you guys can obviously hear me. I don't know if I can see you guys yet, but you guys can obviously hear me like hustling my ass like all the way through this
Clank,
hall.
clank, 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 clank.
Yeah. I'm like running. But
This is awesome.
yeah, so like if I don't know if I see you guys yet. Do I see you guys yet? Probably not if you guys are over there. So probably wait another turn before I like tell you guys what happened. That's it.
All right. And it is now Tolokis' turn. Whoops. You might have saw that. And it is now Ray's turn.
We just gradually see the pinging circles getting closer.
I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah,
But these are
like I
funny.
said, Race is gonna hold the line there, probably for like a few turns at least.
Okay.
So then Zora tells us what's going on at least.
Well, yeah, so like is it my turn again? Right?
I mean,
Alright,
you're kind of... Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
it
going
should be
through the
his
door
first
now.
turn.
She
Alright,
she
yeah.
spots you guys because oh god. So she's out of breath. She's like, oh god. Oh, we gotta go right now. Like we gotta get the hell out of here. Oh shit. And she's like, that dude woke up. He's waking up. He's waking up. Oh my god. I don't know if that guy did it or not, but that guy's waking up.
And there's no mural of like a king waking up from a crypt or something.
Unfortunately, not in that room. There is not.
Not in that room.
All right.
There's no other murals.
Well, there might be in another room. You never know.
So
But someone had made a point, right? With when this kind of thing does happen, right? We do indeed stay in combat, or do we disengage at a certain point? Like that's something that I'm not exactly sure of, so that we don't have to like
I feel
continue to do
like-
it as in turns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like
it makes sense though.
Zora's-
It does make sense in the turn just because of the fact of what is happening. But
I feel like
still
combat's
wondering.
ended. Like if the guy's not
Right.
even in the same room or in sight.
That's what I mean, right? Like out of line of sight, he didn't. But I guess there is. Okay. I am going to make it a point to indeed end the combat here. But I know how I'm going to handle this. So you are out of combat. Instead of rolling, or rather like moving and doing things in actions, you are indeed free to move around. But I got some, yeah. Okay.
Whew, okay. Well, so Zora's gonna head exactly to where they started from, where they fell from. While she's like talking to them, she's like, "Oh God, we gotta go, we gotta get the hell out right now." So she's gonna head back to the we started from here, right? And she's like obviously just like looking for a way out, like obviously like to get the hell out of here.
All right. What do you guys respond with? You see this crazy. You see this not crazy necessarily, but a very, very distressed half orc bursting into the room, just like, "Wah!"
Alora's in shock. What happened to Raist? Where'd he go?
He's dead. Leave him behind. We're gonna go.
He's dead?
Yes.
I'd be kind of surprised to hear that. I think you saw him die.
No. It's like, we were both running, and now I don't know where he went, but we gotta go. We gotta go.
Where do
That
you think
guy's
we're gonna go? Where are we gonna go?
He's awake.
He's just like a shouting match between us. There's no place to go. Look at it. Look at it. And I just like point to the giant like rubble that's like trapped us.
Son of a bitch. She's gonna be like, oh my god. She's gonna be talking to her god now. She's gonna be like, you brought me down here for what? If you didn't want me to steal them, then why'd you leave them open? God damn it. She's like cursing her god now. She's like, God damn it, I hate you. I hate you so much.
I mean, I guess Bridgette's like turns to Alora and is like, look, all right, it's like a skeleton. Like, how hard can it be? I think she's overreacting.
All right, let's take a look. I mean, there's no way out in here. We're looking for clues, so let's see if we can find Raist on our way out. You want to come along with us, Zora?
She's gonna still look. She's still looking for a way. She's not gonna listen to you guys. If you guys want to go attack it, she is not there.
All right. Well, I don't know about attacking it, but we can peek around the hall, see.
We're gonna go.
See if anything's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna go scout.
Yeah. All right. I'm at the end of the hall. Am I able to see Raist from this distance?
The doors are open? Yeah. Right? DM.
Which one? This door is open, yeah. Sorry.
Should be able to see Raist.
Yep, Race is standing there just like, I don't know what spell you were readying as far as, or just ready for, you know, he looks like he's just intently focused on this door. He's not even looking at in Alora's direction at all, but he might, you know, be able to hear her. Should be able to hear.
All right. I see Raist around the corner. Call back to Bridgette. I see him at the end of the hallway next to the squid guy. Looks like he's working some magic there. Laura calls out to Raist. What are you doing? Are we in danger? Is the skeleton man after you?
Race just kind of shuts down the hall, like in common, like we've disturbed the dead, and it seems he is regaining his form. There is a good chance he is coming our way, and I've convinced Larry that he is not a friend of his.
Does everyone else hear this? Or do I
I'm like
have to,
kind of next to her.
Probably, yeah,
Oh, okay.
probably not me, but
Yeah.
probably you two.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Johnson-
shouting down a hallway. I think my voice carries like.
I mean, but I'm like all the way down
Yeah,
here
she's like
now.
all the way down. Like,
You have to be like, Ray.
I have a goal, and that goal is to get out. So
Yeah.
she's focused
I
on
hear
that.
it. So I'm like, wait, are they gonna fight each other?
Sounds like it. I mean,
Dude. Hello?
are they gonna fight each other?
Raist?
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah.
I just kind of say like, possibly. We're waiting to see if this man arrives or comes through.
All right, keep us updated.
So
Why would you
Stay
come
on.
here?
So as Race literally says, we're waiting to see if this man is going to arrive. You see this, let's see, this man, a fully put together man with a, you know, the same breastplate, the studded leather breastplate that you had seen on him. And
Not for long, is that?
he's just looking at his hands, and he's looking at his neck, and he's standing at this door, all right? And he shouts, the door is open still, or is it closed?
I think it's still open.
This door's open still. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. So he stands at the in the doorway, and he shouts in, there are people that have taken things that are valuable for me, and sir, is this your residence? And Larry's like, yeah, this is mine, my duty.
Is he
I live
speaking
here.
in Sylvan?
He is speaking. Let me see. He should
Or,
be
sorry,
speaking in Omen. It would be in Omen. here. They're both speaking in Omen here. All right, so he says to the giant crayfish. He says, you live here, and I was wondering if you've seen anyone that has stolen my belongings. And Larry just screams at him back like, what? Yep, I live here. No one gets in here. My sacred duty is to protect this rock, and I've lived here forever. And Delucas actually goes back to Larry and is like, well, I was just wondering if I could just maybe take a look around, perhaps, if maybe just to see if I can find anyone. And he spots Raist as well and asks you in Omen, you. And he notices he has his sight pretty much set on where you had put the necklace, but he doesn't approach you.
You cut out there for a second for me.
He has his eyes set on where you had put the necklace, but he doesn't approach you as he sets his eyes back up.
Oh, well, I had like the whole thing was that I was readying a spell as soon as it came through.
Okay, so he's at the other side. He hasn't stepped through the door yet.
Okay, got it.
But I'm wondering, you can see him. He's in the doorway, right? Like he's on the other side of the door. Like if the door were to open, like he can basically see the crayfish and you can see him.
Okay, and I'm here. I understand his conversation.
And you understand his tongue. You do understand it.
Okay,
as does Larry.
And I say, I think he believes that that you're protecting his possessions.
You said it to.
I think he's here to take it from you, and I keep it ambiguous, like he's here to take it.
To Larry. Oh, you're talking to Larry? Is I assume?
Yeah, talking to Larry.
All right. Yeah. To Lucas's turn would have been that, right, to move to the door, and then he doesn't do anything. Surprisingly, he only asks the giant crayfish if he can enter. And Larry.
What a respectful boss.
Larry refuses. He says that this is his sacred duty, and Larry will still stick around this rock here. But he does believe that, why would I let you in? You're human. You want to hurt my rock. You want to take it, and you will not. So it is actually, they're in this kind of like shouting match between, well, at least Larry's in a shouting match. So Lucas is trying to get in. He's asking permission to get in, and Larry is not giving him permission to come in. But Talokas is not making any advance into this room specifically. Okay.
Raist will kind of
but Larry's focus is on him. He's convinced that the next human that he would see is trying to take his stuff, or at least human-looking thing. He's undead, but he kind of understood what you meant by that.
Okay.
But he's not moving, and Talokas he's not entering the room either.
Raist will just take like one step back over to here.
Okay.
See if still keep an eye on Talokas.
All right. So then it is Zora's turn. And I would assume.
Oh, I thought we were out of combat.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot to erase this. But yes. So you guys can do what you want. They're basic. So your Raist is hearing this conversation between them. Talokas is pretty much begging, and just saying, "Please, my belongings. I can see it." And you notice that Talokas's eyes, they're intent, just looking at Raist, and also beyond. Somehow, he knows something important is beyond, but he won't come in, and Larry is just like, nah, B, this is my rock. And he doesn't want to leave its side.
I also still have like that ready action.
Yes.
Of just like, he steps through, it's go time.
Yep. So yeah, you guys, you notice that there's kind of like this weird kind of stalemate between these two, where Larry's protecting this rock with everything, and Talokas is just like frustratingly, you know, he's looking pretty beefy too, right? Like he's a pretty scary looking dude. And as he's talking, you do notice that he does have like, you know, fangs.
Cool.
And that his accent perhaps might be giving it away as well. So yeah, right now, this is a interesting situation that you might be able to pick up on. So yeah, you guys are free to do it. You're not in combat. Here, this is it. This is the most crazy situation I've ever thought could actually happen.
I'm a little confused. Are they about to fight each other, or are they just kind of at a standoff?
Well, like... Larry wants to mess him up. Larry indeed wants to mess him up, but Talokas won't step through the door.
So
And he keeps on asking. He keeps on asking. He's asking, "May I come in?" He's saying, "Can I come in?" And Larry's saying no.
Invited in.
Oh wow.
Wait, can I do a history check for that? Because I don't know if my character would know that.
Would you be checking? What would you be checking as far as, like, what? If you could identify, like.
Yeah, like
I guess
what this thing is.
I guess yeah, because like taking the hints of his fangs, clearly
him
like,
talking,
came back, like, and recomposed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Was in a coffin-ish thing. I know that he was not was already undead before because I cast my other thing and like it didn't work as it normally does. If I could take those pieces and piece it together with like maybe some old literature I've read in a book some time ago and kind of formulate some educated guess. Would that be reasonable?
Okay. Yeah. And also you would notice okay, yeah. So yeah, you totally would identify this as what they called a vampire. You know, and you would know that there are certain rules that vampires do follow. And one of these rules is that they would not enter a residence without being invited into it. Here.
Okay. Cool. Is
But it
anyone
makes
else
me-
coming?
no, I'm staying right where I am.
We're just standing at the end of
Just
the
waiting.
corridor, just looking at you.
I think it's just kind of like we're like
Asking, yep.
there. There's this stalemate. Raist just kind of like finally like tries to like starts looking down the hall and it's like, why are they just standing there?
Why wouldn't we? Why would we move? We're
Kind of
safe.
like emotion.
And they're going back and forth,
just
yeah.
a head nod, like come. What?
Bridget
Come
just
over.
I think
like, is like
everyone got-
shaking her head.
I think everyone got moved down one. I think. Race is in the wall now.
Yeah, he moved down.
Yeah, I moved
he took
over
one
there.
step back.
You're-
Yeah, this is crazy. This is insane because
There's
Okay.
a stalemate of
If
two
this
bosses.
If this
Oh,
is still
shit.
just a stalemate,
so stupid.
then Race is just kind of go look down the hallway as like, what are you guys doing? Come down this way. It's not like there's an exit down that way.
Are you suggesting that we just walk by the stalemate?
You guys don't even know what the stalemate is.
Yeah, we
Can't
think there's a
even see it.
there's a boss coming. And we're waiting.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them. But also, yeah. So even like for like I think like Raist, just from the history of it, yeah. You know what's happening. You can identify like what the deal is right now, especially because you know that Larry has an issue with people in his rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you communicating this interaction to us? Because as far as we know, it's still just a boss like lumbering down the hallway about to kill you.
Yeah, I think I would say there's an ancient creature trying to make its way in. Larry is safeguarding us from it, but I think you should come down this way so we can handle the situation.
Handle it how?
Well, we can try and figure out where to go from here, because, again, the exit is not down the way you are.
Why aren't they fighting?
This ancient creature requires permission to enter the home of someone, and this is Larry's home, and Larry is not granting it.
And you notice that Raist would notice that Talokas has a giant axe in his hand as he stands at this door. And you recognize it as that black swirling glowing, because I believe your detect magic is still going off.
No, that requires concentration.
It does?
So
all right. Well,
because I started doing other stuff.
He has an axe in his hand that looks awfully familiar.
Yeah.
So I think our characters got budged down one, no? Because to me, I see Raist in the wall.
Like,
maybe you should try refreshing.
I'm wondering, yeah, maybe there's a bug.
Yeah.
He's
right next to the door. Oh, for his character, it's like in the wall for you.
Yeah.
For me, he's like right in the same hex as the bottom of that door.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it messed up.
I'll refresh.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, this is an awkward kind of situation here, and it's actually quite comical. Actually, you know, I think this is a pretty funny situation. Never mind. It's not awkward at all. This is beautiful.
Well, since we're still figuring stuff out, I call out to Race. Is the vampire just standing at the door? They're just staring at each other? Just making sure. Because what I can do is we can tell Larry that we want to help him with the intruder, and I can shoot at him from afar if he can't be allowed in Larry's abode.
Yeah. Come down this way. I think Right. Like, yes, come down this way. Like, I think it may be time for us to engage in combat to push this guy back.
Okay.
All right. Do you communicate that to Zora and Bridgette, or do you guys just chill?
I call out to Bridgette and Zora. We're gonna try to take care of the vampire. Seems like if Larry's on our side, this is the best chance we've got. It seems like we have to pass by the vampire to check out any exits.
Race is also just like, and don't look at the rock. Don't even look near the rock.
Not staring at the rock. I'm staring at the wall.
Is the vampire looking at the rock?
The vampire is looking at you and Larry.
Ooh, I know what to do.
And then
are the rest of you guys coming?
And he's looking into the distance as well.
I told Zora, I was like the link shouts.
Okay.
Well, since Zora can't find a way out from the rubble and stuff, and nobody has, as she knows, died yet, she'll eventually follow.
Okay. Race is going to move because he notices that like this guy is just dead set eyes like through his bag and everything on this where the pendant is. He's gonna move to like here, so it looks like he's looking right at Larry.
Yeah. All right. So making sure everybody is, because. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit like if he's looking there, he is looking at the rock. I would say so. All right, so yeah, Talokas, he's still like, you know, asking him to come in, and then during all of this back and forth, it's pretty much the same, like as if you were talking to an NPC in a game, right? And he just said it over and over again, like they only have like one line. You know, it's like Super Nintendo days. They don't have conversational abilities. And as soon as Raist moves around, Larry's dead set on to Locust, so he doesn't even see that Raist is on the other side of the rock. And he interrupts it and is like, "You, what? I told you this is my duty. What are you doing? Why are you looking at my rock?" And to Locust is like, "Oh no, I was just wondering if." And
What a polite vampire.
Larry, because the situation is so stupid that it actually, I'm gonna tell you, it's actually in the like readings and stuff like this. Like as a vampire, clearly, but like,
Yeah.
you know, we know that, but it's actually one of its flaws. Like, and you exploited it.
Perfect.
So as this happens, wow, I think I'm gonna have to ask y'all to roll initiative because Larry is indeed going
To initiate.
he's gonna, yeah, he's pretty pissed right now, man. And as Tolokis is trying to explain himself, he ends up charging Tolokis, or at least he is planning to. So everybody shall roll their initiative. Yeah, except for, I mean, even if Zora's way out of combat, should you still just to do it?
Damn it.
Or no? She said she's gonna help out though. Did you want to get?
I'm gonna roll again. I didn't have my character selected, but I did roll a 20.
Oh, really? I mean, I see it here. I see it right there. Zora 8, ZombieGrub. Oh, you got a 19 anyway. Kathy with the damn. All right, so I'm gonna roll. I think this would be counted as a surprise though, too, or not? Probably not. I think he would be ready for a giant crayfish to be attacking him if it starts to approach him. So not only does our boy, how do you do this? Oh, roll initiative. It's on his character sheet, right? So actually, I gotta pull up Larry's thing again. And the way to do it, you just go to the crayfish itself, right? Giant crayfish has a.
Yep. And there should be a.
Yep, it should be right in our thing. It should be in his room. So this is. Yeah, nice rolls. I'll change yours, by the way, to the 20.
Thank you.
And we are in this one here. So Larry gonna roll his initiative. Can I name him Larry? Can I actually do that?
Can you name him Larry?
He
I
rolls
think
a
you
3?
can. I don't remember how.
Oh man, yeah, it's whatever. I'll do it. I'll see if I can. And then as yeah, you notice that yeah, Larry's getting ready for combat. And I was assuming that you are gonna join him because you wanted to actually attack, right? You're gonna shoot him from afar, or did you want to let him run in first, and then we'll apply the initiative afterwards?
As if I notice that, well, it's up to you because I said my reaction was going to be him, vampire stepping through, but like, if you'll let me, Larry charging, I would trigger the spell, but like. It's totally fair because that's not the action I specified for my reaction.
Yeah, because you had moved out, so. All right, yeah, because we had exited all too, so yeah. If we started off, I wonder. I didn't have the thing set so that it does like the ties. So Bridgette and Alora. I'm just gonna roll a 1 or a 2 and then see what. I don't think it really matters too much, but I just roll a 1 for Alora, 2 for Bridgette, to see who goes first. All right, so Bridgette will indeed move up. Oh. So Bridgette, and then do the. I meant to do the ascending, but. Not first time. I'm wondering why this isn't. Oh, it was behind my other thing. And now the giant crayfish is stuck. All right, there we go. So Bridgette, there we go. So it is indeed going to be Bridgette's turn to begin here, and I just gotta pull up this dude. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of things going on here, yo. I like it. I'm digging it.
Is there movement decrease in this sand water muck?
So in 3. So here, it's slippery. Yeah, I think you had seen this before. The floor of the chamber is very slippery, and yeah, it looks like in this room, this is like some kind of. I don't know if it's from the slime or if it's just from the. I think it's just from Larry crayfishing around, and just the terrain. Yeah, it definitely seems to be a little bit slippery up in here. So be careful for doing any sudden actions.
Okay.
Kind of like in the other slug room, you might have to be careful and not try to fall.
So what is our goal here if the vampire can't get in? I mean,
Larry's attacking him, so I think we're just gonna try and get him.
Attack with him, but then I have to go into range of him, which I don't really want to do.
That sounds.
Yeah,
like
I mean, you guys
problem.
gotta figure out if you guys are all trying to. I mean, as far as it goes, Larry is taking. He's planning on taking off in a fit of rage.
Maybe I have something. All right, I chose water.
Let's see.
Okay, so what happens if I force the vampire into the room?
Shoot. Yeah, if you were to pull a vampire into somebody else's house, I don't think he runs out of it, right? Like if he forces.
Does a vampire have to be invited in by the resident of the house, or can it be invited in by any?
No, this is
anyone that's in the house, I thought.
Yeah, it's a residence. So as far as a residence, right? So no, it is by. Oh, is that so? Actually. So maybe. Let me see here. So you can't enter a residence with a residence. It has to be an invitation from one of the occupants.
But I can force him in if I do a spell.
I would assume so.
But
does it work? Or... Yeah. So I mean, I don't know the last time I watched Buffy, and I don't know if this ever was like a case that a situation that popped up, but
I bet he freaks out and tries to leave. He's like, oh my god, I don't belong here. Oh my god.
Because
this is so impolite. I'm so sorry. Just
oh my gosh. Pardon me.
I just want my rings back. He holds up both of his middle fingers right now, and he's just like. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I don't know if we want to count this, but in a Reddit thread on Ask Science Fiction, in Bram Stoker's Dracula, we see Dracula gain entrance to an asylum by convincing one of the patients to let him through a window. An asylum inmate has pretty much less authority than anyone in the building, who is to say who is allowed to enter. So if his invitation is enough.
But that's not forcing the vampire in. We're trying to find an equivalent of shoving a vampire into a residence.
Right? If you're say.
Isn't trying to force something in giving permission to enter?
Not exactly. What if you do it accidentally?
I would say just for the sake of it, I'm wondering
what if someone trips and knocks the vampire in?
Are you trying to make the vampire? Are you tripping and making it enter?
I think honestly,
I would like to do damage, but my damage thing also is a pull thing. So
but I guess
it's not my main purpose. I'm not trying to invite him.
People that live in an asylum, right? They're technically his residents, so
that's true.
He actually has more. Yeah, to actually definitely more say.
You know what? I'm gonna let
this dude
the
was
DM
literally
decide.
this dude was literally just sitting there, and then the crayfish is just sitting there.
Tempo, you can decide when I do this. All right, but I'm going to cast.
Build.
I'm going to cast Water Whip. All right.
Ooh, baby.
Which costs me 2 key, so it's kind of expensive. But you can spend 2 key points as an action to create a whip of water that shoves and pulls a creature to unbalance it. A creature that you can see is in 30 feet must make a dexterity saving throw. I guess I got to move a little bit forward, but I can do that much.
All right. Can you put it in the chat? Yep, that's 25 feet.
I don't know if I can actually.
Okay.
These things aren't actually a part of my. Yeah, there's
Oh,
no
what is it?
description for them, even if I put it in.
Oh, you mean like you wouldn't be able to? Okay. So it's
What's it called
Water Whip?
again?
It's called Water Whip. The Charactermancer didn't give me any actual monk spells.
Does it like?
Because there
do
was no way of
damage?
the 4 elements option.
So you summon.
But as I
rubbery-
as I said, the creature that you can see within 30 feet must make a dexterity saving throw.
And if
So
not,
I'm
then
waiting-
it takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage, and you either knock it prone or pull it 25 feet closer to you. All right. Okay. So you want to, or at least let's have the dexterity saving throw.
Exactly.
All right. So his dex. And what is that? A 13?
What is it
And it needs
comparing it
to-
against?
It says
Confused when it
the
does
target
this.
must make a dexterity saving throw and a failed. Oh, why doesn't it say? The one that I'm reading here, Water Whip, 5e spell. Summon a long. Yeah, what would it be against? On a failed save. Why doesn't it show it? On a save, it takes half as much damage and you don't pull it. What would it compare it to then? Is it? It's not like your regular dexterity though. This one doesn't. This one doesn't say it. This is on a homebrew.
It is the book.
A user of D&D. So in the book, does it? It doesn't say either.
Nope, doesn't say it.
That's so weird. So if somebody would know, what would they actually be making a dexterity saving throw against? Like, what's the number to? Is it your spell saving? Maybe your spell casting? No, that would be a spell save. I assume it's your spell cast modifier, right?
It's against the monk's key save DC.
Key save.
see if I got
DC,
that.
Which I think is.
I don't know what my key save DC is.
Yeah, I've never played a monk before. Oh shoot. I always thought that it would be spell is it comparable to your spell save, but it might be different. It might be different. Key save DC, let's find out.
It's
Yeah, you use
8
it with
plus
your
your
spell save,
proficiency bonus.
Okay, so
It's
it's okay
8 plus your
abilities, they use it.
proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier is your
Right.
key
Okay.
save DC.
8, yeah, you're right. When you spend 2 key points to cast X thing, its DC is 8.
Say it again.
Plus.
8 plus.
Proficiency.
Your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier.
What's my proficiency bonus?
So on in the
I see. I
core
got it.
section?
It's fine. 11. And then -1 because my wisdom is not so wise.
Oh no.
I'm at 10. All right, so he
At
did
10?
beat it.
So the 13 beats it. Okay. So in that case, he just ends up taking damage. So a giant whip just like lashes out from Bridgette's hands.
Yep.
And it's just a whoosh, and then it splashes in his face.
Whoa!
What did you get? The damage?
Yeah, I did a lot of damage. 3d10 bludgeoning damage plus an extra 1d10 bludgeoning damage for each additional key point you spend. I'll spend 1 extra key point.
Okay. So then,
Son of a bitch.
so on the fail, yeah. So it's just
Okay,
a
I
fail.
did 18.
18. All right. So did it say that when when it saved, if he saves, the creature takes straight up the damage. Okay. So no. On a successful save, they take half as much damage, and you don't pull or knock it
Right.
prone. So it'll be half of that. Yeah.
So 9.
9 in damage, and yeah, it splashes in his face. And he's like, "That was rude."
That's my turn.
He had no idea where it came from, and now, yeah, he's just standing there. But he's a little bit more wet than he was before, and I'm seeing if he actually has any kind of like strength or weakness versus water of any sort. But I don't think so. But yes, yeah, he splashed up, man. He's not happy. He's definitely not happy right now. But yeah, he's a little bit more wet than he was before.
Okay. Now it's Alora's turn.
So, what is it? Oh man, actually, if he does have a damage resistance against bludgeoning. It's not water type damage. It's not elemental, right? It's actually bludgeoning.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So if he has a damage resistance against it and it's the failed save, would it be 1/4? Oh no.
Whoopah.
Oh yeah, so it's just like you just threw a water balloon at him and it didn't pop. Oh,
Tried so
man.
hard.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 4 damage here.
So,
But yes, he's still he's very annoyed now. But it doesn't seem like he's concerned with you. You know, he still has his eyes here on Raist.
just checking. Am I within range? Or should I move a little bit? I guess.
1 sec. For some reason, my thing isn't working. I might have to refresh, but I don't think I want to.
Yeah, it was. Roll20's been very wonky.
Very wonky. Like it won't let me put the like the minus damage, and I can just do it manually though. So, as far as adjusting HP, so yeah, that's fine. Let's see where you're at. Alora. Yeah, I believe you should be like. Let me see. You should be able to hear. I'm trying to think of that line of sight. You might want to move. Yeah, because he's standing like in like a little bit behind this doorway, right? Like he hasn't quite walked through there, so you'd probably, I guess, just move a little bit to the left. But it's not sudden movement. Like your movement is halved anyway in here, I believe, or no? It is difficult terrain, so it is indeed half.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, just for the
range,
line
I
of
can
sight
just
thing. Yeah,
keep-
just for being far back. I think with the longbow though, you probably still should be able to, because you would just. I don't. Let me be too technical here. Yeah,
Okay.
just shoot him in the face. That's what you
Did
will
it.
do.
All right.
Because he can see. He can definitely see you. Or
Well,
do
I'm looking
whatever
at
it
my-
is that you would like to do.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at my character sheet. I do
Mhm.
notice I have a couple items that seem interesting. I
Okay.
have a prayer book and a holy symbol. I guess call out to Raist, since he's the one who determined that this was a vampire. Hey Raist, will this holy symbol and prayer book do anything to this vampire?
Would I know that?
I don't know.
You're the one
You
who
know about the undead?
who's
I think
like,
those
I
"This
can
is
make
a
it
vampire."
at least those things, right? They're usually more like reagents, right? For like
Hmm.
like certain spells and stuff when you use them to. Like I know holy symbol. Like don't clerics have those? Like you have to carry one or something. Like that's like what.
Yeah.
Is that like a cross? I don't even know.
Or how they actually interact.
It would be
with
so funny if
vans.
she
I know,
just went up to him and
Yo,
was like,
stop, stop,
"Damn it."
like, yo,
Just
man.
throw it at him.
You're just like, I just want my stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we don't really know, I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Damn, son.
Jesus.
Jesus.
The Kathy rolls are ridiculous. All right, so I think you said that you had 2 attacks with your action.
Yeah.
All right, so one of them is the okay then.
Jesus
so yeah,
Christ.
you're gonna get 2 hits here. Holy
Awesome.
Shazbot. That's crazy. Now just roll me your damage here. Click on the longbow. And
Again?
just do twice. Or rather in like the actual chat box,
Yeah.
just click on longbow, like the word longbow, twice. And I was doing reading earlier too, and the way that the longbow does work, it's not like you're at disadvantage when you're less than the like 150 feet or so it was. I think it's you have you're always gonna be disadvantaged when you're 5 feet away, or you can't like attack at 5 feet, I think. I think it's disadvantage at 5 feet. And then when it's past the range that it is too, you either get disadvantage or can't attack. But I think what we were talking about earlier was that like you get disadvantage every single time that you shoot from under 150 feet, and that wasn't the case.
Okay. I seem pretty close, so. They
Yeah,
should be-
that's fine. This is on. This is like a normal range here. So yeah, you definitely hit. You definitely hit twice, right? So you go again and you just pull these 2 arrows out of your quiver, and you just send them flying into this doorway, right? And with such precision, right? You just nail them. right. One of them is gonna hit him right in the arm. The other one's gonna hit him right in his other bicep because he was trying to flex on you guys too. And it is going to hit him for 7 damage here. So you notice that the arrows, they weren't as effective as they were on that slug. And they stick into his 2 biceps, and you notice that he kind of just flexes them, and then they break and leave his body.
Sick.
But yes, you do indeed 7 damage, though. Not bad, not bad.
Cleric, hello?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Zora?
My turn?
You're good against this type of guy, right?
Sure.
That's not very
Sure.
convincing. All right, whose turn is it?
This is indeed oh, sorry, I didn't
It's
progress it.
Raist's turn.
It is Raist's turn, sorry. I gotta remember all these little things.
All right. So you said that it's half speed that we move in here.
Yeah, this counts as difficult terrain, and then the other thing about it was that let's see, sudden actions include may result in a character. If you try to dash, you probably would have a bit of trouble.
Okay.
Would have to make a dexterity
I
save.
I don't want to move super far. I just want to move maybe to here or something,
Okay.
so that I can look at this guy without looking at the rock.
Oh, yeah.
Uh.
Yeah, because I mean, Larry's looking like he's gonna charge regardless.
All right. Yeah, I'm it's lightning bolt, which has level 3 is the level I'm gonna cast it at.
Okay.
I don't have any level 4 slots anyways. It did not actually do any damage. Okay, I have to roll this myself.
Okay.
Alright.
So
So it's 8d6.
Damn.
And he has to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity. Okay.
And
Damn.
if he passes, he takes half of that.
Okay.
If
Holy
he
moly!
doesn't, he takes 0.7 damage.
All right. Here we go. He goes for a 15. So the line must make a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes on a failed save. I don't get why these things don't say what the actual
Yeah.
why the actual number to beat is.
Let me see if the book does.
I probably should know too. But I always thought that it was dependent on the spell.
Yeah, me too. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. It just says a
It's not your
dexterity
spell
saving.
save? I thought it would like.
Is that the
exactly-
same
Oh, is
way
it
that it
against
would
my
work?
spell save?
Yeah, I think it's the exact same
Okay.
thing I just did. Except for
Okay.
spells.
So it's. Oh, actually, yeah, I see. My spell save DC is 16.
Okay, then. Damn, son.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Ah,
just
damn.
narrowly-
nice.
Shocking. Interloper. Okay. So damn, yeah. So how does this go down, right? You just start somehow looking like you're going Super Saiyan as this lightning just starts to cackle or at least completely surround you. And you just put your hands forward like the same way that you were doing it before, but now you're more intent and you can actually see the lightning. And you just send out this bolt of lightning. You point your finger. Like after all of that, you just point your finger and then send out a little bolt out of your finger. But like it's just a tiny little bolt that hits him, and it just freaking completely envelops him in this lightning, and just shocks him for a minute. And you kind of see like the skeleton that you saw in the casket, and then like his body again. And it seems like he's very, very visibly shocked by this spell that you've casted on him.
Ha.
Nice.
All right. Vampire's turn. What's he gonna do?
All right.
Not and that's what. Can't get in the door. Dum dum. Can't came back as a
Well-
vampire instead of an undead. What a dumb shit.
Oh, what a dum-dum. So yeah, after getting shocked by that pretty badly, he... And then he comes to again, and then it's just like, whoa, whoa, shocking. And then as some of the, the arrows that had a piece of his skin that he had flung out of his body, they actually start to come back onto him a little bit. Just not all of the actual skin that had fallen off, or any of the blood that he had spilled, or any of the blood that he had bled, the blood that he bled, his own blood, does kind of come back into him a little bit. And he looks a little bit better than he was, but still not quite that great after getting shocked by that gigantic lightning blast. And this time he is indeed going to... You see him kind of just do this calling, all right? He goes, "Kulukuku!" Or "Kulukuku!" All right, and you notice this kind of like black aura surrounding him, and nothing quite happens just yet. But I do need to roll. So he's basically doing Children of the Night right now, which is him magically calling 2d4 swarm of bats, and then they will arrive in a certain amount of turns.
So he just calls them, and then he just waits because he can't do anything else. He's just like, hold on, guys. They're coming.
And he stands there because he's still looking at Raist, and he kalukakoos at Raist.
Yeah, he just screams, just like a coot-a-doo-doo-doo, and he just waits. No follow-up explanation.
It's so sad. It's like the saddest vampire, the saddest like bat call. It's not even a cat call; it's a bat call, man. And he's just like,
oh my god.
So I'm gonna roll.
And he's like, "What can I do? What can I do? What's my ranged weapon?"
He's gonna call 2 swarms of bats, but you don't know that yet because there's nothing happening.
Oh god. Oh my god. Alrighty.
Hey, but they are gonna arrive in one turn.
Okay, alright. In one turn, we'll be very impressed.
But wait. For my next trick. Oh no. Okay, well, yeah, to Lucas. Sadly, he's just, he kalukakoos, and he just is still kind of like just almost like he's walking into a glass door, So, like, I believe that's gonna be his turn. Unfortunately, as Zora gets to go.
All right. Well, Zora's gonna head on over there. I'm like not in combat, so is it still possible to go 60?
You can sprint here, but you're not gonna you're not gonna slip or anything because you're not in the room yet.
Yeah.
But it would use your action, but you would still have a bonus action. So I mean, even though you're not in combat, so what would this be? I'm
just gonna head over there, see what's going on, but I'm not gonna engage or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, and he's not aware of your presence either, but I do believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is the case, right, and in any other kind of combat and people do enter, does everybody roll initiative, and then you do have to, because you're kind of working within the same amount of time frame as what's happening, right? So I would say that you can sprint and use a bonus action, yeah, because you are in combat technically, but he's not aware of your presence physically. Like, he's not, he might, you saw him kind of, at least Raist saw him looking into the distance earlier, but wasn't necessarily sure exactly what he was looking for or why.
Well, Zora's gonna head over here and then just peek into like the battle, I guess, and see what's going on.
Yeah, you see your comrades, right? Like this crayfish, man, he's like doing like the bull thing where his foot is ready to just charge at him.
How does a crayfish do that?
Yeah. How does he do that actually? You know,
He
he's doing it
crazy
scuttling.
like
He's
that.
scuttling. Yeah, he has many legs to do it, man. He's doing it like that, and you can see them just tapping.
All right,
and then,
well,
yeah.
Zora's just gonna head over here and just like look around, see what's going on. You know, she sees
Okay.
this vampire doing some kind of chicken dance, and she sees people just like hanging out over here. She's just gonna observe.
Yeah, you do have a bonus action though, just to let you know, but then also, yeah.
Yeah, she's
you're
not
not
gonna
really
do anything.
necessarily sure what's going on.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I think Alora charged the head, and I don't know what her battle cry is though, but yeah.
Do I need a battle cry?
You
You don't
don't. I mean, of course you do. You're a jungle elf, right? Like he just coo. You gotta hit him back. You know?
Just do the hook, call. What do they call that in Hook?
What was it?
Peter Pan?
What was it?
Crow. Yeah, you gotta do a
Crow.
crow.
Yes, the crow cry.
You got a crow.
I don't know what that sounds like.
You never seen Hook?
No.
Oh, I mean, it's a rooster crow. So, can you do your best
Like-
rooster crow impression?
Yeah. You want me to crow like a rooster?
Bark like a
Alright.
dog. Oh,
Sorry, what does that sound like, Kathy? I'm
One wants
not
a crow.
entirely clear.
No one's Peter
Alright.
Pan. None of us can crow.
Okay, I'll do it. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome.
And that's how we made it canon that Kathy has to do that before every fight now.
No.
Awesome.
Wow.
It's my.
It is known.
No, I only do it against vampire lords.
So wait, what
Only
did
if they
you
do
say?
it first.
Also,
Yeah.
I was gonna bring it back too because Kathy had said that she had a whole a symbol and holy water.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, but I don't think
Yeah.
Race knows anything, so
Okay.
I just went with my solid bow.
All right. I just wanted to know. Yeah, I didn't mean to dismiss it, but I was like, yeah,
Oh.
that would be. I think I didn't know if you could use them in combat, but I guess there are certain things that you can do with them. But yep. All right. It is now the crayfish's turn. Larry.
Let's go.
All right, Larry. Well, let me get a sheet.
Larry just one-shots him for 60 seconds.
Yeah, I had a
Just
sheet
wait
a
for
second
it.
ago. I got it here. Larry. All right. So this crayfish, all right, he's actually he's so pissed right now, right? And he just charges. He doesn't actually he can navigate this terrain incredibly easily. And he's going to go into this doorway and say, "You looked at my rock. You die now." And pretty much is going to just claw him. Gonna claw this vampire right in the face. Twice. All right, so the first one, he's a little bit angry, right? So he's flailing, perhaps it's just misguided rage. And one of his claws ends up smacking Tolokis in the face. And I think I could just click this word. Yep. All right,
Oh.
and as he does hit him with the one claw, he grabs him and just holds him there. And then he tries to hit him with this other one, but it crashes into the doorway. Rather the wall that is next to the doorway. As he has Tolokis held in place, and he's grappled, man. This vampire is in the claws of a gigantic crayfish, and it just took about 4 bludgeoning damage here.
So, can we get past the crayfish to hit the guy now?
I think we were saying that you can shoot, or let me make him a better. Well, he's a pretty giant crayfish, right? So I don't know if he's blocking the door in the sense of moving there. Because remember I resized the slug because he wasn't as big, but I don't know. If he occupies 4 slots, you can still shoot. You can range attack.
I can't
You
shoot.
can see the vampire. Oh no, well, no, Bridget.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if we just...
But he's tanking for you.
Yeah,
Man.
can we just look? Can we just leave?
Yeah, he just blocked the door, man, and he has him held right now. So
Man.
he's officially grappled too.
Yeah, I feel like
But Bridget's like, yeah, what's up?
I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna be like, guys, do we just like leave?
I think
Oh,
we
this-
can wait it out, but like, you know.
I mean, yeah, because I know that Raist can still hit. Alora, Zora, I don't know if like guided. I forget what you have. Radiant Bolt or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm like Bridgette. Maybe. I'm trying to think for the case.
You know
of
that
it, yeah.
scene in League of Their Own where they're like calling batter to wait, and she's like stepping in and out of the plate. This is like what she's doing. She's just like, here we go. We're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get an
Can you
angle.
make that?
All right. I can't do nothing. No, I'm good.
Meditate. Oh.
She's not a very patient.
Bridgette
monk.
just is like, yeah, they're gonna just pretty much try to be wise here, and as Larry charges, this gigantic, or not gigantic, but rather this, pretty buff vampire that's looking pretty beat up. You notice that the rock begins to move. And it is the last 12. I don't know if you guys still want to keep going. If you would like to finish a combat.
Ooh, that's a good way to end it. Ooh,
we
that's
can
a
end
good
the
end it
session
I
here.
did not
Oh,
expect
shit.
that.
Yeah,
at
The
all.
rock begins to move.
Ooh.
It does.
Guess who's
cliffhangers. Whoa.
Good storytelling.
Woo! That
very
was
good.
something. You guys, yo, you guys are like, ooh, we really giving me a run for my money. I'm like, holy shit! Like, how is this gonna work?
Welcome to DMing.
Yes,
right?
indeed. Oh man, that was so sick though. That was so genius. Okay. But yeah, man, holy shit, pretty sick session. You know, it got a little confusing at first. Because there's a lot of text, man, for this campaign specifically. There are all these little tiny details and stuff, and ooh, I was trying not to give certain things away, or at least explain it right, so that you guys would, be kind of guided to do certain things, and not me just being like, oh yeah, by the way, it's a freaking.
No, I think you did a really good job of like, making it open ended.
Because I can
And
just be like,
look
yeah,
where
do
it
this.
ended.
I love it. That's why I didn't
Yeah.
want it. Yeah. There's no possible way that I would have guided you guys to go befriend the crayfish to. Because his first couple turns, this vampire, he just sits there, man, and he just regenerates pretty much. So like that's the crazy part about it, where it's like that did give you an opportunity to actually make that distance without any real repercussions. And then the whole thing with the vampire not being able to enter into the residences, I'm like,
Yeah, Zora freaked out, and it turns out this guy is like super polite and like just dancing over there, and she's just like, what the hell?
and he has like no ranged attacks, and I'm like, this is.
Yeah, she's like, well, I don't know what I was scared of.
Yo, thank you guys so much. Yeah, really fun crew, guys. As you can tell, StarCraft players are just too damn smart, man, and they'll find their way out of any situation. And big thank you guys for tuning in, though, yo. And we'll catch you next week, next Monday for RollCraft at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. PST. And what is it, 11 now or 10 for you, Zora?
Right now, it's 1 p.m.
KST. KST for the time that it starts, so it would be 10, right?
Oh, it's 10 a.m.
10 a.m. KST. Hot diggity damn. So yeah, big ups. Much love to feardragon, ZombieGrub, ZergGirl, and Olimoley. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the fun shenanigans with the most scary vampire that you guys have ever seen in your life. Freaking pussy. God damn it. Awesome session, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope to catch you guys next week. Take care and have a great week, yo.
Bye.